strange scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Host Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie. On a virtual team. Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy comment profanity-laced rap. Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
I have a raging heart on.
Let me tell you something about this radio show you listen to. We are really good.
Yeah, man, we hang out, we gonna be all wet. Yeah, man.
We know when we suck. We know when we're great. But we do like when you say how great we are.
Holy shit! Oh, my good golly!
Hey, look, we're broadcasting again.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Starring Jim Norton, who's back from his sick day.
Yes.
We get Jimmy back. We lose Anthony today. This is unbelievable. Sam's out. Travis was out yesterday. Something's going around.
I know what was wrong with me, though. It wasn't a flu. Just an eating decision.
It was an eating decision?
Yeah.
Because I was driving in with Kenny yesterday, and all of a sudden he calls you, and it's very robotic when Kenny calls you every morning. Yes. Good morning, Jim. It's 5:30. Okay. That's what I hear every morning. That's it. So obviously on the other end of the phone, you're saying, all right, thanks for the call or whatever. But yesterday morning, there's a little more chit-chat going on. So as soon as he hung up, I'm like, what's that about, Kenny? He goes, Jimmy's not feeling too good. He told me to call him in 15 minutes, and then he'll decide what he's going to do. I'm like, all right, Kenny. And then, obviously, you missed yesterday, and we all learned that it was a bad eating decision.
Yeah, I had, the night before I ate a boka burger.
What's a boka burger?
It's like a meatless burger.
It sounds horrendous.
They're actually really good.
See, I've had veggie burgers here and there over the years. And every once in a while, it's not bad. You could deal with it. It's got to be very, very soft. Like the roll's got to be soft. The tomatoes got to be soft. The burger itself's got to be soft. Throw some tomatoes and pickles and ketchup, and you're good to go.
Well, this was frozen.
Frozen boka burger?
They're actually, yeah, it's boka cheeseburger.
But why do they call it a boka burger?
I don't know what the name is, but it is actually fairly healthy compared to, I think it's healthier than a hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, it's a better meat alternative, which I'll eat sometimes.
Is it like a soy burger?
I think so, yeah.
So is it a veggie burger?
Don't know.
What category is this boka burger in?
I don't know.
It looks horrible. Danny's got it up there.
No, they're tasty, man. I like a boka cheeseburger if you cover it with enough mustard and ketchup. You have to smother it. It's edible.
So that means it's not tasty. You're making it tasty.
It's in that world, it's tasty. Compared to a hamburger, it's like, it sucks dick. But compared to...
Well, I think that's the biggest mistake vegetarians make, is calling it a boka burger. So if you've ever had a burger in your life, you know what that tastes like. So you're going to be disappointed no matter what. Because you think you're eating some kind of a burger. Right?
Yeah. I've eaten many of them, though. I'm used to them.
You don't like them.
I do. Compared to other stuff that's healthy.
No one really likes them. You deal with it.
All right, that's fair enough.
I mean, if you got a burger in front of you, a boka burger, I don't know, a chicken sandwich, are you really going for the boka burger?
No.
Okay. All right. You just deal with it.
You do deal with it, yeah. And it's a little lighter, so it's like, I figure if I'm going to eat late, a boka burger is much more harmless.
90% less fat, that's good.
Yeah.
That means 90% less good.
Taste, yes.
Right.
90% less fun.
Yeah.
So I ate my boka burger, and I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, these are good, right? And she goes, yeah, they last forever. And it's in a package in the freezer. It's like it comes in its own little Ziploc package. So it didn't taste right, though.
Ugh.
So I had to put extra mustard on it. It didn't taste right.
What did it taste like?
I don't know, just wrong. It just tasted wrong. And I can't... It didn't taste rotted, because again, it doesn't, I don't know what's in it, but it didn't smell like meat that was bad. So I woke up at like a little after 2 in the morning, and I pissed like 6 times a night, and I'm like, I feel nauseous, like I'm really sick, and my mouth was watering, like that's when you know you're gonna vomit.
That's the worst.
And I didn't throw up, but I kept getting that feeling like I was laying in bed, and if I would turn too quickly to one side, I would feel it come up in my stomach and into my throat, and I'd be like, I'm going to vomit. And I would get up and just go to the bathroom. My mouth would be watering, but I wouldn't puke. And normally I would make myself puke. But for some reason I was like, fuck it. If it happens, it happens. Mm-hmm. I'll just let it come out when it has to. Mm-hmm. And I didn't puke, but I was literally up and down. I wanted to throw up for about 3 hours. That's why it was like around Kenny called at 5:30. I was like, I'll see how I feel in a few. And I just felt miserable. But that was it. It was gone after that. Like, I slept, and I woke up, and I took a regular dump. Not that anybody cares.
Oh, you never threw up?
I did not throw up, no.
Oh, Kenny was like, he's been throwing up all night.
No, I said I felt like I was going to throw up. I was actually, I probably would have felt better if I did, but my whole life I've made myself puke, and it's just, I couldn't do it. Like, I'm like, when it comes up, I'm totally fine with it. I'll just throw up.
Isn't that the worst feeling when you make yourself puke?
Horrible, dude, because then you get rid of shit that probably would have stayed.
Right.
It's like, I was like, let your body do what it's got to do.
You kind of feel cleansed, though.
Yeah.
You get all that out, then you got the liquid shits, and you just feel all cleansed.
Your abs feel great.
Everything feels good. You look a little thinner. You look like you've been on a diet for a couple of weeks.
So anyway, yesterday morning, my girlfriend says to me, she looked at the package I threw out, and she goes, those burgers expired in 2008.
Really?
So I had a mild case of food poisoning, but it was nothing like it could have been. Like, that could have been a horrible...
Oh, of course.
You know, when you think food poisoning, you think, you know, fucking a day and a half of vomiting and shitting blood, and just, I got off lucky.
They probably had freezer burn and all that.
Will that make you sick?
I don't know. That's a really good question, because a lot of my stuff gets freezer burned, and I get scared and I throw it out most of the time.
Well, you know how your freezer will be, like, thaw out? There's times when my freezer has had a few problems where the temperature went up, and maintenance had to come and fix it. So I'm sure that these went through a few of those cycles.
Oh, that's good.
If they're 2 years old.
So it's probably beginning to rot. You're lucky, man.
I am lucky because that was a very mild food poisoning.
Food poisoning is the worst when you get it.
I didn't even puke.
Well,
didn't even puke.
I would have just shoved my fingers down my throat.
I couldn't.
And get it over with.
I just couldn't because I know how that works, and I'll be there for a while. And I had eaten like that, and I ate some carrots before bed. And I don't mind throwing up, but like after you've eaten a lot of food, to vomit where it's going to be all chunky food coming up, like I would like let your body do it, but I'm not going to make it happen.
Yeah, I just can't deal with that nausea or whatever.
Yeah, it was terrible. My mouth kept, like, I was like the mouth watering, it's going to happen.
Right.
So I'll just stand there and it would go away.
Well, we have you back today.
Yes, you do, and I'm completely healthy.
Speaking of healthy, healthcare. Healthcare.
What happened? Did it pass?
Healthcare.
I was so completely unprepared on Red Eye last night. I have no idea.
Oh, really?
I know it passed, but I don't know much about it.
I felt like I was unprepared yesterday because Anthony did his thing. You know, he's well informed whether you agree or disagree with Anthony. He does a lot of research and reading on this stuff, and he stayed up late for the vote and watched Obama's speech and all that. And then we had Pete Dominic in yesterday, and he did a great job just going at it with Anthony. Sure. That was a lot of fun to watch. So yesterday I had a lot to do around the house. I was on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News all day long. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say about it. I don't think the American people know what to say or think about it. It seems like they don't, the American people don't want it. Or the majority anyway.
And states are going to sue.
Now the states are going to sue. What's that about? Is that a real thing? Does it matter at all at this point? If it's signed, is that it?
Didn't they get no Republican votes?
None. Yeah, I know that much. Zero. And that's the thing that bothers me the most is that we just can't work together in this country anymore. Yeah. I mean, I know there's always been kind of, Dems against the Republicans there, but it's gotten so bad in the last I don't know how many years. Even
when the war happened, a lot of people didn't want to go, but there were plenty of Democrats that were for that too. That wasn't just Republicans and no Democrats.
Yeah, and now who was it? John McCain, I think, said this poisons the water, and now nothing will get done because the Republicans are going to have no desire to work with the Democrats or Obama for the rest of his term, and just because it's how this was passed. And
I'll say the Republicans have to fucking man up. I mean, there's more of them than there are you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not saying it's right, but that's the way it is when you're voting. It stinks, but it is what it is.
Well, what do you think?
I honestly, I'm not informed enough to say I'm happy or not happy about it. I want to see people covered. I don't like the fact that people aren't covered. There's something about that inherently that bothers me.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Because I think that we waste so much money. But this seems to me like it's probably going to cost people a lot more money than it's worth.
That's what it seems like.
And that's what kind of bothers me about it. There's other ways to do it. Like, how about you just don't forgive one? I know it's very ignorant and naive of me to say that, but you just don't forgive one foreign debt. Or how about you loan $10 billion less to other countries and just fucking filter that back into the system and give it to people who need medical care?
Seems like that would be a way to go about it.
They never do that.
I know. I don't know why. I just don't. I just don't know politics enough to understand all that.
Because if you do that, whoever you're supposed to loan it to, they have lobbyists and they complain and they have other and they're tied in with this one. It really is a whole big fucking clusterfuck. Mm-hmm. It's not people just doing what they think is right. So Pelosi, I hate. I think she's like an 11% approval rating. She really is. Bin Laden is actually more popular than she is. She's a hated person.
Yeah. Why is that?
I think that there's just something fucking about her that makes you want to punch her in the face. She's just that kind of person.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Is it because she's a woman in that position? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I don't like her. Mm-hmm. There's just something about her I hate. Yeah. And if you told me tell me what it is, I couldn't tell you.
Right. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this one. I don't know. I know the right-wing talk show hosts are having a field day with this.
They have to be happy on some level, sure.
And Glenn Beck and the rest of them saying it's pretty much the end of our country, and who knows? Yeah,
they can relax. It's not. We'll be fine. This is why Gutfeld's a smart guy, because he did a Gregolog last night. His opening Gregolog was on healthcare, and he's sick of talking about it.
No, Gregolog.
You don't like the word Gregolog?
No, I don't even like the name Greg. And that's my name.
I'm forgetting.
So
right.
Anything
with Greg in it,
add on to Greg, I've always hated. Well, the Gregster, the Gregolog.
It says Gregolog. But it's actually a good piece. But the music to it is boom, doom, doom.
Really?
Gregolog. I wish we had that sound because you would hear it in your sleep.
Oh, no. All right.
But he really does. He does like a 1.5 minute, 2 minute. Just a spoken word, it's comedy and it's serious. It's really a fucking good segment that he does. But he did on healthcare, and the point he made was that it's like the Democrats thought we have three major things: Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and weighing the country down. So what they do is they needed a fourth, and this is, I guess, what they picked. So I don't know what's going to happen with it. So I just said basically nothing. I just said I like Gutfeld. That was all I just said.
At least we're being honest. I don't know. I'm not going to spew what I think about this because I really don't know.
Yeah, this is one, I don't know. I like where it's coming from. Like, I like the idea of people being covered. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we haven't been able to get that done beforehand. I don't know what the problem was with all the money we have in this country, why we couldn't get people covered.
Right.
I don't buy that people just shouldn't have it. It's like, that's shitty. I didn't have it for 10 years and it sucked. I had no insurance. The idea that I was lucky.
I didn't know any better. I just made it work.
Yeah, but you're probably lucky you didn't have any major problems.
Right? Oh, a good point. I mean, you roll the dice. It's a gamble. And a lot of us took that gamble and got through it. When I did get hurt, I'll be honest, I came up with an alias and I went to the fucking emergency room.
That's smart.
And said, I don't have any of my health insurance things. They took care of me, and they said I gave them an address to send bills to, and that person got my bills.
That's great.
You do what you have to.
Yeah.
Because, it was just dumb sports injuries. Like, I forgot what it was. I cut myself really bad or something. I think, oh no, you know what? It wasn't a sports injury. You ever do, fluffs?
No.
It was Danny, you know what a fluff was? It was hot in the bartending circuit for about maybe 2 years.
A fluff? In the porn industry, I know what that is.
I think it was called a fluff.
Yeah, that's the only fluff I know.
No, maybe there's another name for it.
One Jimmy's talking about.
Was it called a fluff? I don't know. You took a shot of vodka, a shot of like Sprite, some kind of clear soda, in a double shot glass, and you held the shot glass, you put your hand over the top and slammed it on, what was it called? Fizzies? What the fuck was it called? Somebody will get it. And you slam it on the table really hard. The whole thing is bubbles, and you throw it down.
I've seen things like that drunk, like different concoctions, but yeah.
So my dumb little story, how I had a sports injury. Actually, I hit the shot glass so hard that the shot glass went through my hand. Yeah, I still got the scar.
Oh, you broke the glass, all right.
Huh? I still got a horrendous scar over here. Broke the glass. It almost fucking cut my hand in half. So I was in a fraternity, so we went to the emergency room, and I don't know why I didn't have health insurance, because I was in college. I should have been covered under my parents, right?
I don't know.
I don't know what the loophole was. Oh, I know what the loophole was there. My dad didn't have a real job. He was an entrepreneur, so I think none of us had health insurance growing up. one of 7 kids. And I used an alias, and they were asking all sorts of questions as they're stitching me up. It was about 20 stitches. Look at it. Yeah, the scar is pretty bad still to this day. And then, and I just gave a fake address, and I bailed. No,
I do that now.
No, I couldn't afford to, take care of that.
But before you go, this is what bothers me about healthcare. It's like you can't even pin out whose fault it is. It's because it's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if the doctors don't charge you a lot, their malpractice insurance is through the roof because people fucking sue them all the time. They always get sued,
right.
So they have to charge you a lot because they have extremely high insurance premium. It's like, and people are the ones who are suing. But then again, people are getting shitty. It's like whose fucking fault is it?
Yeah,
it's like a big ugly circle.
Well, you know what? Someone else will figure all this out for us.
Hope so.
I'm not going to worry about it.
I just want to be a good boy.
Yeah, there. Let's go to Jimmy James in New Hampshire. Jimmy James.
Morning, boys.
Hello.
What's up, Jimmy James?
Not too much. I just wanted to clear up the whole states suing thing. What'll happen is if a state sues over the bill, they can tie it up in litigation for, an undisclosed number of years until a more favorable group of Senate, Congress get in there and can repeal and get it back, get rid of the process. So basically, it's not even close to over. Once the state sues, it just becomes a dead animal that you got to just sit there and wait for somebody to fix it. So, I mean, it's not over. It's just going to get messier from here.
Well, then why are the Democrats celebrating? They really are celebrating like they pulled off.
Because they're douchebags. We all know that.
I think it's over. I think all the suing and stuff, I don't know. I think it's over. I mean, they had Ted Kennedy's widow on last night. It's over. And she went to the grave to give him the good news. As soon as the bill was signed, she went to Arlington Cemetery to tell old Teddy about it.
Sure, Ted knew.
You think Teddy knew?
Probably.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of going to the grave to tell a dead loved one some big news.
No.
Because if you believe in the afterlife, aren't they around, hopefully?
It's all about the live person.
Yeah.
It's wanting to say, I went to the grave and did this, so people have an effect for other people. The dead person's nothing to do with it.
I went to my dad's grave a couple times. I'm like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's awkward.
And then, what am I supposed to clean up his gravesite? What does that do? What are you supposed to do? Lay down?
I never go to
Take a nap in front of him? What are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
And I got this from my dad, because I asked him once. I'm like, you ever see your dad's grave? And he said no. And I should be the same guy. He didn't believe in that shit, so why am I going there?
Yeah, it's a weird ritual.
And he's buried in a military area, so all the graves are the same. So you got to figure out, you got to line up trees and stuff to find his marker.
Yeah.
Just morbid and creepy.
Is it morbid and creepy, or is it real life?
It's more about people making it about themselves, just like everything in today's society. It's about me and how I feel, and that's why I want to get torched and just spread somewhere so people can remember me with their memories. Take me someplace where it was important to us, and that way you'll remember it. Other than that, just dump me out somewhere.
See, I know my family, and they're very irresponsible. And if I decide to be cremated or something, and then I have to depend on somebody having my urn. And when they move, my family likes to move a lot within an area. One of these moves, they're just going to forget the urn knowing them. That's too much pressure. I want to be in one place.
No, I've already told my wife to just split me up between, my wife, my kids, and a close group of friends.
Yeah.
Give each a little bit and have them spread it somewhere that we did something cool.
Jimmy, would you like to be in an urn where someone has the responsibility of carrying you from place to place, wherever they are?
Part of me would, just to annoy someone, what a burden I would still be. Just a pile of shitty ashes that they have to lug.
If you knew you were going to die, if you knew you were going to die, just go on a feeding frenzy, get as fat as possible so there's more ashes.
Yeah, plenty of ashes, big heavy urn.
Just a big, huge pain in the ass, heavy urn that they got to haul around.
Yeah, I'd be very specific in my final wishes as to how the urn was to be handled.
Right.
Only on cloudless days is it to be moved.
All right, boys, punch it out.
All
right, man.
But maybe we can find the clip. I don't know. What's her name there? Ted Kennedy's widow. It was very dramatic when they interviewed her last night on her thoughts on the health care and what she did. And she went to the gravesite.
Was she very shaky voice, too? I think Aunt actually sent out an email.
Was that
last night or 2 nights ago? She read an email from Anthony. It might have been 2 nights ago.
Oh, no, that's Patrick Kennedy.
Oh.
Yeah, Anthony's sick today, but Anthony told the boys to get this clip of Patrick Kennedy, Ted's son. And he has a very shaky voice. Well, he's the allergic dude, right? That we made fun of?
Oh, right. Okay.
Where he made it about himself, went at his dad's wake or whatever.
Oh, did he? I didn't remember that.
Oh, my God, yeah. Let me see what this is.
Does he have a condition or something? There's something wrong with him?
Yeah, he has asthma. He was talking about his asthma and his fucking rashes and his allergies and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Here's Ted Kennedy's son, Patrick Kennedy.
I salute President Obama. He has been the president and even more than my father could have ever imagined. And this speaker...
The guy's just gasping for air every time he talks.
Yeah, he really is unpleasant to listen to.
He is, right?
He's unpleasant on the ear.
I don't know. He's not a politician anymore. I think he stepped aside, didn't he?
I don't know.
I believe he did. But, man, one thing, if you're a politician, you got to have a good speaking voice.
Yeah,
you got to be able to communicate to the people. Plus, he's a Kennedy. And those Kennedys knew how to give a speech.
Here's that Kennedy head of hair. Nice thick head of hair.
Sure does.
What a dude that guy has. He looks like a real lunk, though.
Yeah, he looks asthmatic.
Yeah.
Looks like he needs an inhaler.
Yeah, he looks like a dumpy Kennedy with a Kennedy wig. He doesn't look like a real hair.
Right.
Fucking horrible wig he's wearing.
My father.
Who is he? Was he Ted Kennedy's son?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine. And this speaker that I've supported, Speaker Pelosi, worked hard. She's an unsung hero. Her ambition is for children in this country, all of whom are going to get covered under this bill. And it's my hat is off to her. She's really provided.
It's my hat is off to her. This fucking this asshole. He sounds like Jimmy Stewart.
I was going to say that.
I'm really tired of him.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, that's Henry Fonda.
Henry Fonda. I knew what you were saying. He sounds like a young version of Henry Fonda.
He's really a fool, this guy.
This bill, and it's my hat is off to her. She's really provided moral and political leadership and worked, and I can't say enough about how proud I am to be part of a Congress with Nancy Pelosi as our speaker.
She's just a hateable woman.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. You'd like to think it's not because she's a woman in a very powerful place, but I don't know.
I think she's so liberal. That's why I don't like her. And I know because I think she's from San Francisco, so I know she's a very liberal Democrat. And I think that's why she annoys me.
You so well in San Francisco. Don't make fun of San Francisco.
I love San Francisco, but they're a little too left. It's like relaxed guys.
A little?
Yeah, well, of course.
I love the fact when you go to a nice restaurant, you actually step over homeless people because they will not remove the homeless people from anywhere. So they just live all over the place. And these hardcore liberals will, step over them to get their really nice dinner, and then they'll go back to trying to help the homeless, on Monday.
Yeah, it really is silly.
It really is unbelievable.
They really are silly geese.
Have you ever been to that park out there in San Francisco? What the hell is it called? The big one. Golden Gate Park or whatever?
No.
And you see packs of homeless in the park?
Oh, no.
It is next time you're there, take a look. I have an old roommate that lives out there, and he told me about it. He goes, I was killing time out there, and I jumped on a bike and took a ride in there. And, wow, he wasn't kidding. He says there's packs of homeless that just wander around this park together, like a lot.
No.
And it's really scary. You feel like you're in some kind of zombie movie.
Jonathan did take us when we were in L.A. to the tent city where the homeless have the tent city set up, and that was kind of...
Where's that?
I don't know. He knows where it is, but it's a part of L.A., and it really is... It's like the Bowery here. It's just like a block and a half, 2 blocks of just tents with fucking homeless people living in them.
They show that in movies every once in a while, right?
Yeah, it does exist.
Yeah. All right. Let's say hi to Greg on Long Island. Greg along. Boom, boom, boom.
Rachel Maddow yesterday simplified the whole bill. What's going to happen.
All right, but here's the problem. Rachel Maddow.
I know you like her.
Well, I someone else tweeted that last night. She They cleaned her up, and she's not that bad.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean, if you see the before and after pictures, you can't believe it's the same woman.
Right.
But someone misrepresented what I said. She's okay. They cleaned her up nice. But she loves this bill, right?
Oh yeah, well, she simplified it as best as anybody has ever done. For the first 5 minutes of her show, she said immediately what's going to happen, and then 6 months from now, and then what's going to happen eight years from now. So, if you want to catch that clip.
Yeah, what the fuck? What? I thought you were going to lay it out for us.
Yeah, what did she say?
No, I don't really understand it. I mean,
But you said she laid it all out, so I'm thinking you're going to go, all right, the first month she said this is going to happen, 3 months, 6 months, a year from now.
Right.
You just told me to go read some more.
No. She explained it. That's what I'm saying. If you can get the clip of her show, the first 5 minutes or whatever,
okay.
She explained it as best as anybody has ever explained it. And if I tried to do it, I'd be as confusing as everybody else.
Well, what's confusing is that the media can't work together either, because you watch Keith Olbermann. Watched a little of that last night. He's rah-rah, this is the greatest day for America. And then you go to Sean Hannity, and he had Sarah Palin on last night, and they were basically saying, holy
it's
shit.
doomsday over there.
Holy shit, this isn't good.
Yeah, the world's ending again.
So, you know what? We're just fucking average Joes trying to make a living in this country. Someone fucking tell us what's really happening.
Well, that's what I said.
Because it's obviously somewhere in the middle of the two points of view.
Well, Keith Olbermann talks over your head, and, Fox, everything's doomsday. That's what I said.
Keith Olbermann could be the biggest...
Explained it very simply, and, it's, if you get that clip, everything will be
Keith Olbermann could be the biggest douchebag in media.
He's the worst.
He is so not likable. He was doing his rah-rah speech when this was just about to go down. And my father, if he was alive today... Just dramatic and over the top. And
his melodrama embarrasses me for
thank
him.
you.
He's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing to watch, right?
It's like you're not moving anybody.
And I watch it every fucking time because I just want to fucking hate it.
I can't stomach him. I won't watch him. He just bores me.
But then I go to Sean Hannity and he's like, holy shit, the country's doomed. So what the fuck?
Right.
Who's out there talking to me? Logically.
I just find that Sean is much less of a pontificator. Like, he'll throw his opinion out there, but it seems like he would rather argue with somebody than sit there and make a 5-minute speech. Hannity doesn't make 5-minute pounding speeches. He'll more just throw out his opinion and then fucking argue with somebody.
Yeah.
The thing I hate about Republicans altogether is that everything that the Democrats do is wrong. Everything the Republicans do is great. They don't pick apart their own party and say, hey, well, if Bush did this or whatever, then, things could get, everything's rah, rah, rah. And it's like, the Republicans could do no wrong.
What's the problem with all politics?
I don't know. I lose all respect for that.
Yeah, there's
you could pick your own party apart and say, hey, if he only did this, or why can't he push for that, or whatever. You don't have to, tear him down, but at least, say, well, he could do this or could do. Nah, he's doing everything great.
Yeah, there's a big divide in this country. That's what scares me more than anything. That we are just there's two major separate points of view.
Yeah.
Worse than what I can remember in my lifetime. It seems a lot worse than the last. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Somewhere in the Bush years, I guess, it really started to really separate and get exaggerated.
Well, it's always, it's almost like they just, instead of voting for something, they're just voting against the other person.
Yeah.
And they both do it.
So you're trying to tell me that all the Republicans, not one of them, thought this was a good idea? And I'm not saying it is a good idea because like Jimmy, I don't know, but you're trying to tell me some of those guys didn't think, hey, you know what, this thing could work. So they're not voting with their heart.
We need a third party.
I think we're heading closer to that. I really do.
It's
I really do.
It's like you have two choices and that's it. And like if you don't like either one, too fucking bad.
Third choice will throw off the balance, right? Throw it off a little bit. No?
Yeah, it'll bleed more from one than the other. Like Perot hurt the Republicans.
Yeah,
That's
no
why
kidding.
Clinton got elected. It was Perot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like 17% of the vote, and most of them are Republicans.
Let's go to Kevin in Buffalo. Kevin.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, Hope, but doesn't this Kennedy dude sound like comedian Emo Phillips?
I like that, yeah. Got to find some
Opie.
emo. Yes, Kevin.
Go Sabres.
You know what? I haven't watched my Islanders since Olympic hockey ended. Me being the big hockey fan, but my team is pretty much out of the fucking playoffs. So, yeah, you know what? What the fuck? Go Sabres. And why did Kevin? Why'd you hang up? I watched some dumb food show, and I want to ask you why Duff's beat out Anchor Bar for best wings in Buffalo. That's crazy, my friend. Crazy. Have you ever been to the Anchor Bar?
I have not. No.
Or Duff's in Buffalo?
No.
That's where you get your chicken wings.
Oh, no.
Well, next time you're in Buffalo, you got to do some Anchor Bar wings.
Are they big hockey places?
No, I mean, they're like sports bars,
okay.
I guess, and, well, restaurants, whatever. But the chicken wing, the Buffalo wings start at the Anchor Bar.
Oh. Are they good there?
Oh, yeah.
They can't be better.
They're good there. You could get good wings at, like, the supermarket in Buffalo. They know how to make their wings everywhere.
The best Buffalo wings in the country are in the Comedy Cellar. And I'm not just rooting for the home team. They're the best wings in the fucking country.
I've had them. They're good.
You've had them better somewhere else?
Buffalo.
Really?
Yes,
right.
Buffalo. That's where they started.
Well, I don't know about that. If they're better.
I've had both. And the Comedy Cellar has very good wings, yes. But nothing compares to the Anchor Bar and Duff's and the rest of these places in Buffalo. So, anyone else watch that dumb food show where they go to a town and, like, if it's Philly cheesesteaks, they get a couple restaurants and then they have a competition and then you sit there for a half hour wasting your time to see who has the better cheesesteak?
No.
I don't either.
No.
I might have watched it once.
I hope not.
Hey, who's this in Boston?
It's Matt from Boston.
What's up, Matt?
That Emo Phillips is a great call, but I really want to hear Patrick Kennedy say, "The big yellow one is the sun."
A little Brian Regan action.
He sounds like Big A. He has the same little a little Nicky.
Yeah, a little Nicky in him. He's just got the worst.
How about this? He
voice.
sounds like a lot of sucky people.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody great.
A lot of people that have phlegm and snot.
Yeah, a lot of people you don't want to
in
sound
their
like.
bodies. Fuck, there was something I was going to ask you, and now I can't remember. Whatever. Brad in Atlanta. Brad?
Hey, I was just going to say, the Republicans didn't vote just on their party line. I think that they were the ones that were really listening to their constituents and doing what they're there in Washington to do is represent their, the area of the country that they're coming from. The Democrats are, they're the ones that just did whatever the hell they wanted without listening to their people. And it's evident by the fact that there's like 35 states that are all passing legislation right now to say we don't want this, and you're not going to tell the constituents of our state that they have to buy a product or a service.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that really drives it home. If
So the states, I guess the headline today is the states are suing. So is that a real thing, or is that just like one of those, all right?
No, it's a real thing. I live
that could
in Georgia,
stop this thing in its tracks?
Yeah, it's a real thing, and I know the Georgia Assembly voted on it yesterday. And there's I saw a report the other day that showed all the states that either have it, are in progress of it, or intend to do it, and it's a lot of states. Because I said, well, let me, I'll be open to it. Let me look and see, how many people are really wanting this and not. And when I saw, holy shit, 35 states are all drafting this legislation, but what it's going to do is you can't have a state law in conflict with a federal law because of the superiority clause that says federal law can trump state law.
I completely agree with that.
Yes, I've said that many times.
Yeah.
Recently.
What?
It basically throws the two into a conflict, and then it's going to be buried in the courts for God knows how long.
All right. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate it. We're all trying to figure out what this means to us. I know I did a dumb Twitter poll. You weren't here yesterday because I'm like, what does this mean? So just my dumb followers, I'm like, yes or no? You want this? You don't want this? And 80% of the people that follow me said no. I was like, wow, really? And then it seems like more people that just being pulled out there are saying no than yes. So I'm very confused by this, Jimmy. Very confused.
Yeah, I know there are, I think, more people against it.
Getting back to Keith Olbermann, and they got to pull this track, too, down the hall. But they arrested that kid for the Walmart announcement.
16-year-old.
I know you tweeted that over the weekend.
Tell me Olbermann was happy about it?
He was extremely happy.
Because he's a language police pussy.
Yeah. He was extremely happy. That's the clip we need to pull. Get into some real material today, because the healthcare stuff is just going to drag everyone down.
That's why I despise, and not only despise Olbermann, I have no respect for him. I don't respect him.
Why can't I was going to say, I understand I guess they had to arrest somebody. I don't agree with it. But in the end, it's just a dumb, stupid prank.
Well, somebody on Twitter, actually, whoever this was, made a good point. Because I was so angry they got the police involved. And the Twitter response was a good point. He goes, Walmart would probably want the police involved in case some black family sues and said, Walmart, one of their employees told us to get out of the store because we're black. So Walmart had a very an interest in people knowing, look, this is not us. This is not an employee. So I understand, I guess, why the police were involved, just so Walmart wasn't held responsible and suffer the consumer consequences.
Right.
But the fact that once you see it's a 16-year-old kid, and it's not like, look, it was a dumb prank. He was with his friend. It's not like he said, niggers, get out of the store. To me, that's a lot more hateful than saying, if a black teenager got over and said, all white people get out of the store, and then you realize, it's some black kid with his friend.
Yeah.
Who would care?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Right. And if you use the N-word, maybe there would be more intent there.
That's a vicious thing to say.
Yeah, but as soon as you heard 16-year-old, I went way back in my mind. What was I doing at 16? I'm like, oh yeah, we would have probably done this if we were brave enough. I mean, we pulled our pranks like any other 16-year-old. You know, you're just fucking trying to make your friends laugh and shit.
This is why we're a dumb country, is because we can't differentiate between hate speech and just a tasteless joke. Like, that's a joke that, all right, you probably shouldn't have done it. But the fact that would be classified as hate speech and bias, intimidate, we're an out of whack, fucking phony country. And Olbermann is just a despicable fuck. I think he's dishonest. I'm sure in his mind he's telling the truth, but I think he's a phony, fucking condescending liberal cunt. And just his obsession with letting black people know that he's the white guy.
Yeah.
Who is not quite like the bad white people, shows me that he is probably a really deep down afraid of blacks and not comfortable with them.
His face is very punchable.
Oh, he's the worst, dude. What a jizzbag.
Really punchable.
What a fucking
I'm not saying anyone should do that, but just very punchable.
The fact that the whole country is talking about,
and I would probably lean more toward what he believes in. But I just don't like the guy.
But where is, again,
he's not likable.
Where is this Columbia professor being talked about in the front of everybody's mind? Why is this guy not being talked about, punching his white female coworker in the face, but this fucking 16-year-old kid who does a stupid prank, all of a sudden the pundits are all talking about him? I would love to know, and maybe I'm wrong, what Olbermann said about that Columbia professor. I would love to know the rant he went on about that.
And they said that the race of the kid is not important.
He's a white kid.
It has to be, right?
Of course it does.
Has to be.
Of course he is.
Let's say hi to Jim in Albany. Jim?
Yeah, I just want to let you know my wife was waiting for assistance in an Albany, New York Walmart. Asked the kid to go help her. He couldn't do the job. 15 minutes later, she had to find somebody else. And she asked what the problem was, because nobody was in the store. They had disabled, taken the intercom system out of the store until this thing with the kid is figured out.
Yeah, it's another knee-jerk reaction by Walmart. They got rid of all the intercoms from all their fucking stores just because of one incident.
What fucking... That's everything that's wrong with this country.
Thank you. Knee-jerk reaction.
Some guy does a dumb prank. How about you just realize it's been happening for 50 years with intercoms. People have, I used to call in bomb threats to my high school. I'll tell you this now. This is back in the early 82 or 83. So what are you supposed to do now? How about you disable all phone systems in high schools so nobody can call in a bomb threat? So nobody, you can't allow some teenage prank to dictate the way you do business.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I was a fucking drunk.
What? Why bomb threats to the school?
I don't know. I was a fucking sociopath. I would call back and go, if you think I'm joking, then start laughing. Click. I was just drunk. I was half in a blackout. I was 1982. What do I remember? Fucking drunk with my friends. We used to call up like the homes for runaways.
Yeah.
And I would just pretend I was crying that I had been raped and abused, and we would make the nuns feel bad. I was a piece of shit. I did a tremendous amount of pranks like that weren't even funny. They were just obnoxious and mean-spirited.
You were like the Jerky Boys, man.
But there was no laughs to be had.
But a true jerk.
Just a true jerk.
Just a true jerky boy.
I was a jerk and a boy.
Right.
But the fact.
What was your line to the high school?
There's a bomb. It's going to go off in a few minutes. And then, if you think I'm joking, then start laughing.
And when you drive by the high school and realize it was business as usual and no one's taking your threats seriously.
Oh, no, they
and that
cleared
really
the
bummed
school
you
out.
Oh, you were one of those guys.
Yeah, so I understand the attraction to doing it. It's a power thing because you see that your words, your action.
I hope you get arrested today. It's some weird fucking law on the books and they drag you out of here today.
If I do, I do. I mean, it was, again, very early 80s. I was half drunk. I don't remember.
Wow, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was a fucking drunken, I prank called the White House once from the library. And this is, again, I was probably 12, 13.
I thought I was cool because I stole the peanut butter cookies. Exactly.
It's a horrible prank.
Exactly. That's the reaction I should have got.
Yeah.
You don't think I know I'm throwing myself under the bus? I figured out you go to the back of the school, they would leave the door open to cool off the cookies. So I got free cookies every day, and these dummies couldn't figure out that there were a few cookies missing every day.
That's just a delicious and smart prank.
Yeah, it was a nice prank.
Yeah. Smart. I understand why you do that. What boy doesn't like a good cookie? I challenge you to find me one.
The other thing I discovered, I was such a wiry, thin kid that my hand... Somebody out there, I'm going to fucking bring back a memory for you, my friend. The old school soda machines, I was able to get my hand up.
Yeah.
Did you used to do this?
No, but I know I've seen it done where you can get your hand up and grab a soda. I don't think I
Not only could you, you don't grab a soda, and you would fuck up your arm because you would really have to like get around a corner. If you could get around that corner, you're right up in this damn thing, and now you could choose what soda you want. The buttons were right there, and you could push. And after a while, you figured out which button was what. And people would line up, and I would go, all right, what do you want? And they would go, orange. I'm like, all right, 1, 2. And they would pay me like, nothing. They were saving money, and I was making money. And
making friends.
And I was making friends. Yeah.
You were the soda boy.
I was the soda boy.
You need soda or peanut butter cookies.
For all the wrong reasons, they were my friend.
We played remarkably different pranks in high school.
Oh, I know, dude.
You had fun ones. Have a little soda and some peanut butter cookies.
You know why? Because my mom scared the shit out of me growing up that I was scared to ever get in real trouble. So I was too scared to do any real pranks. I threw rocks at an old lady once because that was fun.
Sure, she deserved it.
And then it turns out like I become friends with her son, and she wasn't old at all. And it was awkward when I went over there, knowing I used to throw rocks at her while she was raking leaves.
Well, progeria lady.
Yeah, I don't want to say the kid's name because I guarantee he's in jail. This kid was not right. He was one of those really badasses of the neighborhood that I hung out with for a little while. Until we were getting into some serious shit. I'm like, I can't do this.
When you said, you want a great prank, and you showed him the peanut butter cookies, and said he cracked the lunch lady's head up with a fucking rock.
Right.
Yeah, it's time to go our own way.
Exactly. We would go into the new developments and let's just say, raise a bit of a stink, raise some havoc.
But don't you, like, when you do that stuff when you're younger,
like they had the track housing going in when I was growing up, and we just fucking had the run of the place. Holy shit. Stealing stuff, breaking stuff, fucking drinking.
Fucking.
Socking. I was going to say fucking, but I'm like, no, not really. Nothing was going on there until I got older.
No. I'm just it's like when you know that it's a teenage prank. And all right, he was stupid. Do you need to fucking make it, like, can't we just go, stupid teenage prank? There's no more of that. We love just getting the person. Just a country of fucking, we just love to snitch. And that to me is everything Oberman is. He's a pussy boy snitch who loves to see people getting in trouble.
You know what? And I didn't even mind Well, two things. I stopped running with this kid when he did throw the rocks at the old lady. Now that I remember, because I'm like, dude, this is just not right. You're gonna you could kill her. I mean, it wasn't little pebbles or acorns.
Right.
This guy was a lunatic, trying for headshots. I'm like, all right, dude, this is what are you doing? I'm going home. I didn't mind Oberman until the whole Imus thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't mind him. I didn't like him, but he came across like you just explained perfectly as a little snitch.
Yeah, he said,
and I was done with him at that point.
It's like he sits there with Jesse Jackson, and he refuses to call out a guy like Jesse Jackson, who's a guy that has real influence in policy, and who's a guy who is almost a presidential candidate. Mm-hmm. Like Jesse Jackson is a guy he's not some dumb radio dude. Mm-hmm. You know, he's on a different level of influence. But you know, that fucking snitch, that fucking tattletale cocksucker Oberman. I have no respect for that. He thinks he's this big barking pit bull. It's like, fuck you, fatso.
No, to simplify it, too, when the Imus thing went down, whether you agree or disagree, I don't even care about that. There is a snitch thing that most guys and hopefully most women think is just uncalled for and despicable. He went on his show after Imus got fired and said, yeah, I went to my bosses and I talked to my bosses and I said he needs to be fired. Like all behind closed doors when he has his TV show every night. Why don't you put your job on the line? Because at that point, Imus was pretty fucking powerful at MSNBC. So the pussy boy was too scared to actually say anything on his show until he knew he was safe. Until he knew Imus was fired, and then he's like, I went to my bosses.
He just is a sickening, inconsistent fucking douchebag. He's just a douche.
I don't like him.
And he's not intimidating, and he's not a frightening pit bull. Uh-oh, look out. Oberman's on the warpath. Mm-hmm. Fuck you. Till he grabs his chest, falls face first on his desk.
Yeah.
And they don't turn the cameras off because I think it's part of his rant.
You described it perfect, too, with the melodrama that he has.
Stop trying to have the moment, jizzbag. What did he say about when David Schuster said that they would Hillary Hillary Clinton pimping out Chelsea?
Right.
He goes, we are something and dreadfully sorry. Really? Are you
dreadfully sorry?
Everyone at NBC was really was shocked and outraged. Really? Over one guy using something in the language and you know how it was meant? Shut up.
When someone thinks drastically different than myself, I sometimes I sit there and go, am I wrong? Why would this guy who's in front of an audience every day, I guess he's a smart guy, I don't know. How does he get it so wrong that he really thought the guy meant that Hillary was actually pimping her?
He didn't get it wrong.
Her daughter.
That's the thing. He didn't get it wrong.
You could say pimping in many different ways.
And he had about General Petraeus saying was Bush pimping out Petraeus. Right. So for him it was okay to use in the language, but not in Hillary and her daughter. But meanwhile, it's okay for Hillary to use her daughter to help her campaign, but don't say anything that could be misconstrued as bad.
That whole pimping thing still bothers me. Wait, so Keith, so you thought that what?
Right.
Hillary had Chelsea on a corner somewhere? Really? Trying to get Johns for her daughter? Is that what was going on for real, Keith?
Instead of sticking up.
Or was he using the word differently?
He knew exactly what the guy was doing. Yeah. And instead of using his fucking platform to stick up for a fellow pundit who he knew had just gotten caught up in a little language gaffe, you know, once again, fucking pussy boy, company man, sides with the guy getting in trouble. It's real freedom of speech guy, Oberman.
And I don't think, thank you, Illegal from Jersey. First of all, he just writes assiduous. I
attacked him in my book for saying assiduously.
Yeah, assiduously. You're
right.
It's
a good word.
Yeah, you know what? Illegal writes, Oberman never debates anyone. Does he ever have anyone on his show?
I don't watch it enough to say yes or no.
If he does, it's not often. You're right about Hannity. Hannity
loves to fight with people.
Oh yeah, Hannity will get into it. You know,
he has Gloria Allred on. He went at it with her. He has a guy named Bob Beckel on a lot, who's a real liberal.
I think he was on last night.
He's there all the time.
I love that fucking guy. He's like kind of the chubby politician guy.
But he's a smart dude, and he's ferocious.
With him, right?
Yeah,
he was on last night. I love that fucking guy.
Yeah, I like him too.
And not because I agree with what he says. He's just good TV, man.
But he's not a wishy-washy liberal guy. He's liberal, but he's a fucking ball breaker, and he's got his and he fights his opinion, and I like him a lot. But Hannity likes having him on because he's a guy who's not intimidated by Hannity, and they go back. Hannity doesn't want to fucking dominate somebody.
Here we go, Derek in Center Ridge. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with everything you guys usually say, but I think you're completely wrong about both Olbermann and Hannity because, look, Olbermann loves to me, he's a funny guy. He throws in a lot of Python references, and he seems more likable. Hannity, to me, just looks like you're fucking stick-up-your-ass douchebag fucking Republican dickhead.
Well, hold on,
I can't stand Hannity.
I understand.
Wait. You think Olbermann's funny?
I think he can be very funny. Now, I know you guys watch him a lot. He's had George Carlin on his show. He actually throws in a lot of little references, whether it's Python or old movies, and I find him funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe he is, dude. I don't know if he is or not.
Yeah.
But my issue is the way that's the illusion that he's this loose guy. But look at the way he went after. When it comes to the language, he wants these guys to get in trouble. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, Olbermann? Like, what kind of a free thinker is that?
Yeah.
All right, I do agree with you on that point, but, maybe it's just me, but it just seems like if you're talking about Republicans and Democrats, it just seems to me that the majority of Republican people are more douchey than the majority of the Democratic people, so I just kind of side with the Democrats. I mean, whether it's right or wrong, I don't agree with them on things like immigration, but it just seems like Republicans just seem like such dicks more often than not.
I would rather hang out with, I mean, I don't know where I'm at with fucking politics.
I'll be honest.
I think I'm officially right in the middle because I would say I like to hang out with like Democrats more than Republicans, so I agree with you on that point.
I don't know.
But Olbermann's such a douchebag to me. That confuses me. I don't know.
But dude,
like Bill O'Reilly's a fucking cocksucker.
He's a
douchebag. He fucking set us up years ago. I never forgot it. We weren't really, we weren't media savvy when we sat in front of Bill O'Reilly, and man, did he take us to the cleaners. And I know we gave him some really good, intelligent stuff, but he fucking edited us to sound like just sex-craved lunatics.
Again, watch the Jon Stewart and Bill O'Reilly interview, and you get exactly what kind of dick that guy is. This is what bothers me about everything on Fox News. So I was doing the same thing you were doing last night, Opie. I watched a little Fox, I watched a little MSNBC, and I watched the beginning of Rachel Maddow, and like the other caller had said, she kind of laid out everything that the healthcare bill is going to be. And then I flipped over to Sean Hannity, and it was the same ridiculous talking points that he always does. The country's becoming socialist, and your taxes are going up. And I'm like, you've been saying this shit for years, and it hasn't happened. Get over it.
But hold on, political ideology aside, that's fine. You're much more liberal. You don't like Hannity. That's cool. But my experience has been, like, I'm on Fox a lot on Red Eye, and I can honestly tell you, man, it's like, I know enough Democrats. I find that when I'm sitting around like that, and I'm fucking around, ultra-liberals are much more likely to go, and tune you out because you disagree with their ideology. I've done Red Eye with S.E. Cupp, who's very conservative, a fucking Ann Coulter, Congressman McCotter was on last night from Michigan. And it's like all these guys and these women have a sense of humor. And I know it's easy it's this myth that Democrats are these fun people and Republicans have sticks up their asses. But in the experiences I've had with doing shows with them, I've had a lot more fun with the more conservatives because I find them more willing to laugh and to be loose about things. And I don't feel like, oh God, they're just going to ideologically tune me out because they don't agree with my point. Yeah, it's an odd thing. It's a real myth.
We've had Sean Hannity on our show a bunch, and we've done his TV show a bunch, and he's a very likable guy.
What's funny is
I don't agree with everything he says, certainly, but he's a likable guy in person.
Did Jimmy just say that he had fun with Ann Coulter?
Am I
hearing that right?
Jimmy wants to bang Ann Coulter so bad.
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
She looks like Aaron Carpenter 5 years after she died.
I'm telling you honestly.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
She says a lot of things.
A lot of people think she's sexy. I don't see it.
I think she is sexy.
I don't see it, man.
That aside, She's fucking, she has this reputation, and you know what? She comes to the Comedy Cellar, she fucking loves it, she's not uptight about it. I've never once seen her get offended because a comedian was ultra-liberal, like a lot of the liberals would get offended. I've never seen her get offended at what somebody was saying in humor. I just have never seen it.
Didn't she say that the 9/11 widows should be, didn't she tell them to go fuck themselves?
She said, she
a lot of ridiculous stuff.
Absolutely, she said some ridiculous stuff. Or things that I didn't agree with. But so what? It doesn't matter to me if people I like say things I disagree with.
I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you on that point. No, I think everyone's a little uptight, but it just seems to me that Fox just keeps doing these same talking points every single day.
You know what? I got to stop you there, Derek. I got to stop.
I know I'm taking up a lot of
No. I'm stopping you there just to say that CNN and MSNBC are doing the exact same thing, and that's my frustration with the media. They both have very different agendas.
MSNBC. I mean, you got your left, you got your right. The only problem is Fox News always says we are the fair and balanced, and it's like, no, dude, you're the right. MSNBC is the left. CNN somewhere in the middle, and that's it. You got the three bears. You got the three things of porridge right out there, and I don't know.
But
I don't like the presumptuous of Fox thinking that they're fair and balanced.
Why is Fox singled out? Because people I think they are biased conservative. I don't think you have to be a genius to see that. But dude, so what? Like, why is that so easy to see? And yet, why are people they don't like to admit that a lot of the media is very liberal? Like, why is that so hard to admit?
But see, I think that is a complete myth.
It's not a myth.
Fox loves to say that there's a liberal media and but it's not true if you really think about it. Look, Fox is the most popular news network. That makes them the mainstream media. That means the mainstream media leans to the right.
Not true.
You want to really try to break it down. I know it sounds kind of silly, but
we'll break it down like this. Because Fox is the one conservative, outwardly conservative news outlet, we have to break it down a little differently. I equate them more to the Spanish station. The Spanish station in a city always wins over everybody because all the Spanish people listen to it because it's the only one. And that's the way Fox is. Fox is like a lot of the liberal media outlets are competing with each other for the time and energy of liberal viewers, whereas Fox, if you're more of a conservative viewer, you have one place to go, you feel, and that's Fox. So that's
okay, but why doesn't Fox admit? I just want them to say, you know what? We are a conservative network.
Sure, will the Times admit that they're liberal?
They lie about it.
Wait, will the Times?
Yeah,
dude, they're not crying about it. They're not crying about it.
You're not going to get that.
They're lying. They're lying about the fact that they're fair and balanced.
All right, hold on. Chad in Philly wants in. Chad, you're talking to Derek in Center Reach. What do you got?
This dude's an ass. I mean,
I'm an ass?
Out by saying, hold on, I'm sorry you shouldn't begin by calling him a name, but, he starts out with typical liberal talking points. I agree with you guys, I'm with you guys, and then it always reverts back to Fox News.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It comes back, and the reason liberals hate Fox News is they make money. People are watching.
No, that's not it. That's not it. Come on.
Dude, look at the ratings. Dude, look at the ratings. They're like 3 million a night. Red Eye kicks ass.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. And Jim is exactly right. You watch the people on the show, and I'm sorry, I'm really nervous.
That's right.
Because I love you guys.
Right on, Chad. Right on.
I
hate your guts, but keep going.
Go ahead, Chad.
You watch the goddamn show, and the Thaddeus McConnell is hilarious.
Yeah, he is funny.
And Coulter is always... It blows my mind the way she can interact with Jim. I mean, I love Jim. I'm a staunch conservative. I listen to Limbaugh all afternoon. But I can't get over the way she interacts with Jim. It's just like, dude, I don't have anything against you. Liberals can't have a conversation. They have to come after... when they lose the conversation, they have to come after you personally.
And,
I don't know. Are you saying that I'm doing that? I don't put myself in that.
No. But do you guys have the same points all the time? It's like Rachel Maddow's laying it out nice and neat, but Hannity...
No, but conservatives do the exact same thing.
Derek,
I am not. Trust me, I am not a typical liberal. I think we should close the borders of America and not let immigrants in. I don't agree with a lot of stuff. I'm just going by who I think is more douchey and stuck up and who I don't. And I just seem to side with Democrats more often. I don't know.
Dude, I just admitted that I listen to Rush Limbaugh. I'm a staunch conservative. I listen to O&A all morning long. I listen to Limbaugh all afternoon long. I have no problem stepping out and saying what I am.
That's a strong combo right there. Us and Rush Limbaugh. My God.
Every time you speak to a liberal, it's like, I'm not really a liberal. I have a problem with the Democrats on immigration. Dude, stand up and say what the hell you are. And
hey, you know what I am? I'm a guy with strong opinions that matter. All right. You're going to tell me what I am, I guess.
No, sorry. Didn't mean to step on you. Listen, we've taken over the show.
Yeah. Well, hold on, Derek, one thing. Look, I don't, whatever you like. But my issue is when people always, it's like the same corny Hollywood rebellion. Fox. To me, if people don't like Fox, just don't watch Fox. Yeah. Watch CNN or watch something else that you feel represents you more. Like, as a guy who enjoys Fox, I have no issues. I don't like the way CNN does things, but I don't obsess about them. I don't obsess about MSNBC. It's like, why do people obsess over Fox? Because it has a viewpoint that's different than theirs, and it's successful. Like, why do you give a shit?
Well, no, it's not that. Look, I will watch both Fox and MSNBC because I like to get both sides of the argument. I like to get a general consensus of how regular people feel. And, look, I don't believe everything that people tell me either. So I'm going to listen and take what I think is true from that, and then listen to MSNBC, take what I think is true of that. It's just, I don't know. But I don't consider myself a liberal by any stretch of the word. And the thing that bugs me about Fox is the presumptuousness of thinking that they're fair. That's all I'm saying. I don't hate Fox. I think they should be there. Glenn Beck makes me laugh, for different reasons than he thinks. But look, the best news network, hands down, Daily Show. They nail it every time.
They're also Stewart is brilliant, man, but they're very, very biased in one direction. It is what it is.
Yeah, Stewart's very likable.
And he's smart and he's funny. He's great.
I do like watching him. I can't, he used to do our show too before he got too big.
Jon Stewart's massive, dude. He's
I know, but Jesus Christ. How about you not forget some of the guys on the way up for once?
He will pull out the ridiculousness of certain things that Fox says.
All right.
And he'll do it with all the networks, All right. So then I watch that going, well, then how can anyone take Fox seriously? I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm crazy.
You made your point 10 different times.
All right,
I appreciate it.
I'm sorry for taking up.
That's all right.
And you know what?
I was a big fan.
Bye, sweetie.
I don't want to confuse people. This show we do, you don't have to agree with anything we're saying.
Right.
Which sounds very simple, but a lot of radio shows, they really want you to fucking believe what they're saying.
Yes.
I don't give a shit if you don't agree with any of this stuff. Just let's try to have a conversation and talk about this shit.
It's like we frequently say, we don't even care if you're entertained, just pay us.
That's right.
Cash,
you're absolutely right. Can we talk about the Octomom?
She wants to
Can we get into some other shit today or not, Jimmy?
I'm happy doing other shit.
All right. We got Otto from Otto and George coming in today, promoting the big show you guys are doing tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow night at the Stress Factory. 732-545-4242. It's me, Otto, Florentine, and I forget who else. It's my only Stress Factory appearance of the year, and I think Otto's as well.
I don't blame you for blowing off Vinny. It's about fucking time, Jimmy.
Well, Vinny is just making
good for you.
Sick.
Good for you, man. One more show for Vinny, and then you make believe you never knew him. Leave him in the fucking dust. That's what I say. Him and his shitty fucking chicken wings. Gregolog? Ugh.
You gotta play the music.
Oh, my God. The actual Gregolog?
I play the music.
All right. Did you get the Oberman thing? No, that means you don't.
No, that means you had no idea what
talking about. Oh, my God. You had no idea. No. I really need help today.
Gregolog.
I don't even have to fucking be here. So how about we help out the Opster? We want the Oberman clip where he went after the kid for the fucking Walmart prank. It was unbelievable how ridiculous he got with that thing.
No, he's an asshole.
Are they listening to us down the hall?
No.
I just stalled for 20 minutes thinking we were going to get the clip to wrap this up nice.
No, what?
Holy
Hold on,
shit. The look that E-Rock gave me is like...
Let's get one of them in here real quick before we go to
His acting is horrendous. He had no idea that we asked for the clip. He might have been busy with something else.
Where's Steve? Why didn't
Steve who?
Come on, man. We asked for something. We should have it. It's not a hard thing to get.
Let's go to Mark in South Jersey. Mark?
Hey, morning, boys.
Hi, Mark.
You guys love the show.
Hi.
Thank you, Mark.
This kid, the 16-year-old kid from Jersey, he lives in my neighborhood. He did the Walmart prank.
Yeah.
Now, the news and everything saying, oh, good security work by Walmart and the police catch the kid. No. The kid was bragging about it Monday morning in school, told everybody, and the school contacted the authorities.
Well, you know what, though? Do you blame him?
So the kid of the school.
Him. Of course he's bragging.
No, I think it sounds like you're surprised that the kid was bragging, but if you're pulling a prank like that and the media picks up on it, you want to tell people. You can't keep that to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
When you do pranks as a teenager, you have to tell others, and when you're banging your teacher, you have to tell others. That's just how it is if you're a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, common sense says you shouldn't tell, but you just got it. You're making headline news. But this kid is just some dopey white kid. You know, he's a big class clown. I had a party for my 17-year-old this weekend. I had a bunch of kids over from the neighborhood, and they were all telling me, they're like, yeah, he's just a class clown. He's a big prankster.
Okay.
He's a nice kid.
All right, I want to slow you down a little bit because very interesting what you just said. See, Keith Olbermann just assumes the worst and that it's a hate crime and it's bias this, bias that, blah, blah, blah. And we did just a little research here today. What, Steve? You do realize we're in the middle of a radio show, right?
What, Steve, what are you saying?
I did get I got the 16-year-old clip. The second you mentioned the news clips, I got all the news clips.
I know. I make this look effortless, but really,
I'm not saying it's effortless.
But really,
is that Olbermann's clip?
No, it's not Olbermann's clip. It's when you first mentioned, "Do we have the news clip?" I immediately formed the news clip.
I didn't ask for the news fucking clip. I asked for the Olbermann thing.
Well, we'll get the Olbermann clip now.
Olbermann was discussing the fact that they arrested the kid. I need that clip because he sounded very douchey. Why would they want the news clip?
Yeah, it was the Olbermann clip.
It's actualities from the people that were there.
Huh?
It's clips from the people that were there that were discussing the whole
thing.
This is
a week ago.
Yeah.
I want the Olbermann clip. And then I kind of need Jimmy because I'm talking to Jimmy, and all of a sudden he's having a conversation with Jimmy. I know I've been doing this a long time, and I'm pretty much fucking brilliant at it, but Jesus Christ, give me a fucking break every once in a while. What was I saying, Mark? What was I saying? Oh, I know what I was saying. I stopped you because Keith Olbermann assumed the worst. This is why I needed Jimmy, and that's why. And Steve was whispering in his ear, which was ridiculous because I needed Jimmy's help on this. You got Keith Olbermann saying it's a hate crime, it's bias, it's this is unacceptable. We can't have this in America. Blah 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 blah. And we do a little research. There's Mark in South Jersey that knows the kid. And you learn a little bit about the kid, and you realize that he's a prankster, and that he does this type of thing all the time. So where's the hate? Where's the bias? Where's all that crap?
Again, it's a guy. Again, this is where liberals. I agree with you on so much. I know I kill liberals a lot, but I really do agree with them on a lot of the social stuff. But the fact that the word hate speech is thrown around when it's humor, and again, the guy didn't say all niggers out of the store and make it. It's like there's a huge difference in the intent in saying that. And some dummy saying all black people out of the store, and then you find out it's a 16-year-old kid playing a prank.
Yeah.
And the fact that they won't just back off and go, look, it was a dumb prank.
But why can't
I can't stand
Why
him.
can't Keith Olbermann,
Because he's a cunt.
Why can't he do a little research and go, hey, does anyone know this kid? Let's try to learn a little something about this kid before we go this way.
Because he's a pontificating twat. Because that's what he is.
Right.
He's a pontificating twat.
So it doesn't matter if facts get in the way?
He'll never defend a guy who disagreed. He'll never come off and go, hey, that guy said a tasteless joke about race. Stick up for him.
And what do you call it? A tasteless prank or something like that?
We can't differentiate between hate speech and something that is racial that is in poor taste. We've lost all balance in this country. We're just a bunch of knee-jerk reaction. If it's white on black, black people know they can get something from it if they make a little bit of noise, and white people's guilt causes them to go, oh, you're right. Our hands are up. You're right.
Right. Now, when I heard it, I laughed. I mean, now, does that mean I'm racist? Do I have to start thinking? I think we're all racist. I think we all have racism in our bodies. But I mean, am I am I a big time racist because I laughed at this prank, Jimmy?
Because you knew what it was. I knew what it was as soon as I heard it. Guy gets on the loudspeakers. I've done stuff like that. Guy makes a prank call. You know what it is. And with the language that was used, will all black people please leave the store, or whatever it was, that language tells me exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Because, again, there are a lot, if you're going to be hateful and truly biased and truly try to intimidate, there's a lot of ways you could have said that. Will all black people please leave the store is obviously a prank. Nobody can take it seriously.
Right on. What else do you know about this kid, Mark?
Well, no, like I was saying, this particular Walmart, I talked to a few kids. They're saying this Walmart is a big target for stuff like that happening. This happened probably about 4 times in the last 6 months at this Walmart, and a similar comment was made about 2 o'clock in the morning on the loudspeaker just a few weeks ago. And then after this whole incident happened, someone prank phone called the store about this incident.
Just the fact that, I'm sorry, buddy, just the fact that the media picks up on this, there really is. They have way too many hours to kill and way too many moments to fill.
It's ridiculous. Now this poor kid, he has to be homeschooled now because since the media picked up on it, they're afraid to send this kid back to school now because they're afraid he's going to get his ass handed to him.
Well, I mean, there is consequences if you pull some of these pranks. I mean, unfortunately.
And the only thing I just don't agree with is just kind of proves the stereotype of my neighborhood. That's all.
Right. All right, brother. Thank you. See, there you go. We learned a little bit about the kid. It took just a couple phone calls to get to the bottom of it. And you realize it's just a dopey kid that does this type of thing and fucking tries to make his friends laugh and blah, 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 blah. Jimmy, wow. People are confused. You want to talk to Bill in Boston? I think it's funny how Jim is now a conservative after he was fighting for Obama. Let me tell you something about Jimmy. When I first met Jimmy, I would assume he was a Republican. Somewhere along the line, he turned sort of Democratic. And are you turning more back toward being a Republican?
Is Bill calling in?
Yeah.
I'll talk to Bill.
But where are you at, Jimmy?
I've always been
you were a Republican.
I would never define myself as strictly a Republican. I've never said that.
Right.
I just agree with them a lot more on certain issues, like with certain terrorism.
But then
things.
you started to not agree as much.
Right.
Somewhere along the line.
Sorry, Bill. I go back and forth. The Democrats lost me as opposed to the Republicans did great shit. The Democrats lost me.
See, I think how Jimmy thinks is very healthy. Like he changes his tune from time to time, depending on what's going on.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't nail myself to an ideology on a stake and say, this is where I will be forever.
I really got to start using the word ideology in my fucking vocabulary.
So what do you find interesting, Bill?
It would get me places. Go ahead, Bill.
Well, Opie, first, thank you for everything you do.
Ooh.
Jim, this is just an observation. I'm not attacking you.
Okay.
But I heard you. Maybe I heard it wrong, supporting Obama and being excited about all this change.
I was, yes.
And then, it's really not that much change, and he's really just doing the same shit. And now it looks like, I can be on Red Eye and Hannity, now I'm going to just, fly that flag. And I'm not saying you're either one. I'm not calling you a douchebag. I'm telling you how it looks.
No, but how could it look that way when I was doing Red Eye before the election?
Okay, I don't know my information.
That's all right. Yeah, of course, dude. I was doing Red Eye before the election.
And wouldn't you go on a CNN if they asked you?
I do Joy Behar's show on
Fox,
Headline
so you're
News.
already doing it.
Yes.
So Jimmy's already doing a CNN Fox thing.
And I disagree.
You might be one of the only ones. No,
there's other actors, there are comedians.
There are, right?
I disagree with Fox on things, and I'll say if I disagree. If I disagree with Gutfeld, or I disagree with the conservative ideology or the conservative, of course I'll disagree. My issue with liberals, honestly, dude, it is mostly the thought policing that has made me hate their guts. Because I'm a guy who performs, and I'm a guy that's had to submit things to networks, and I see what they tell me I can't say, and I see what they allow through, because I deal with it. And that's why I'm very frustrated with the left. But no.
My frustration comes from people that, and not even necessarily you, just people in general, that it was all about the change and the hope, and Obama's coming to save us. And it's just, they went out and voted for somebody they didn't know about, and now we're stuck with, in my opinion, what's going to ruin our country.
That to me is where you get a little carried away, because Bush was not doing particularly well. He was not particularly, come on, man. And again, the country was not in great shape when Obama took over.
I agree.
So that was 8 years.
Something that was already in the shitter.
That was 8 years of Bush. I mean, it's not like Obama just took this amazing moment and just destroyed the country, this amazing economy, and now the conservatives. What's that?
I mean, with all the hope leading up to the Obama election, it's been quite disappointing the last year. It really has been. I think Jimmy said something really, really smart last week. And as soon as you say something like this, then it'll get people reacting again, and that's fine too. But you said we hired Obama 4 years too early. I think that was a really. I like that statement.
Well,
Pat
a lot. Cooper said that, and I actually agree with Pat.
Was
Cooper.
it Pat Cooper?
Yeah, it was Pat Cooper.
Then it was Pat, and Jimmy agreed. I like that. I like that.
Well,
I think
guys,
people
have a good day.
And I'll tell you something else too, buddy, about the conservatives. I think the conservatives, the way George Bush Sr., I think Bush Sr. ran a bad election, and the combination of that and Ross Perot killed him with Clinton. Because I think Bush Sr. ran a bad campaign, and that's why he lost to Clinton. The same way I think that McCain made an error taking Sarah Palin. I think that was a bad choice for vice president. I think she frightened a lot of people. I think she made a lot of the arch conservatives in the party happy, but I think that's what cost him the election.
She's all over the place these days.
She's on Fox. Man. Yeah, Fox. She's a Fox pundit now.
Big interview with Hannity last night. I was thinking, I mean, we've had a lot of bad presidents in our lifetime.
Absolutely.
Really, we've had a lot of them. A lot of bad ones.
To me, that's why I don't like card-carrying members of any party. To me, if you're that dedicated, you're always going to vote for a Democrat or you're always going to vote for a Republican. Mm-hmm. Look, maybe every time they represent your wishes, fair enough. But if you don't examine everything, if you just automatically vote Democrat or automatically vote Republican, then you're a dumb motherfucker. Right. You're a fucking dummy, and you're part of the problem. If you're that married to one group just because there's a D or an R in front of their name, then you're a dumb motherfucker. Hey, look, if you examine each time, and every time the Republicans are really representing the way you feel, then fine, vote for Republicans every time.
There you go.
And the same with Democrats.
I got to tell you, we started the show at 6. I didn't even know what the fuck we were going to do today, and that was a fine hour and a half right there.
Jesus. Wow, 7:20.
That was a fine fucking hour and a half, and I don't know shit about politics. And look, I fucking hung right the fuck in there today.
But politics is
I hung right in there.
Knowing everything about politics or knowing, and I know people like Anthony's doesn't mean anything. It's like it's all opinion anyway. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean anything. Mm-hmm. Some guy sounds smarter than the next guy, but the bottom line is we're all just offering our opinions and frustrations.
I've never had a desire to argue with anyone that's never going to, that they don't even hear you. Like they're just waiting for you to stop so they argue their point in the whole thing and nothing ever gets accomplished. That drives me fucking nuts. Like when they argue abortion and stuff, nothing's ever going to be accomplished with that or any of these other hardcore topics. When I argue with someone, I'm hoping that we have an exchange and maybe I learn a little something, maybe that person learns a little something and you get something done. And if it's if it's an argument where that's not possible, I can't be bothered. And that's what it seems to be going on with the politics lately. Because no one's listening to either side.
Politics is just a way for people to dominate each other. It's like when you're arguing politics, you're right. It really is both people trying to dominate each other and win with their opinion instead of both people just kind of going back and forth, making point. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's times where I've debated back and forth with people where I think, oh, yeah, you made a better point than me. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So what? But it's for us, there's so much stake in winning and losing an argument. And this is me. It's everybody. It's kind of silly.
Of course, there is something that goes, you definitely want to win an argument. Absolutely. But, I mean, you got to have some kind of a fucking give and take.
Yeah.
Or you might as well just argue to the wall. Here comes Steve again.
Maybe he has the clip.
Yeah, maybe. Steve, you got the clip?
I do.
He does.
All right. Very good.
There you go.
What is that?
That's the transcript of it, too.
You typed out the transcript?
No, I found it. I found the transcript online.
Should we break and then hear it when we come back and then just move on to something else? I do want to hear it, but I got to piss.
Yeah, we're going to
But I do want to hear this clip. So
there's other things going on in the news just to keep you hopefully tuned in today. We got some Michael Jackson news. We got fucking Sandra Bullock shit. We got fucking Octomom shit.
I wonder what Sandra Bullock's going to do about her giant cocked husband. Her large dicked husband.
Oh, he's got a big one?
Yeah. That's why that girl was calling him the vanilla gorilla.
Oh, is that why?
Yes.
All right.
I love that.
I guess that would be the reason.
Dirty girl.
Very exciting news. Perez Hilton announces music countdown radio show. And other things. Also, I spent like 4 hours last night, so bear with me. You know how we film a lot of videos on the way home?
Yeah.
And I put them on my YouTube channel? Well, I did kind of a best of video. Best of the ride home yesterday. So if you want to check that out, that would be really cool. I'm kind of happy with how it came out. And I'm only using just the editing software on my stupid HD Flip. I really got to move on to iFilm or whatever. On
iMovie.
iMovie on the Mac. And I have my Mac Pro now, but I just haven't switched over yet to do some real editing because it takes for fucking ever with that flip share fucking editing software.
Yeah, it's very slow.
That's the one thing that's just not that great with the HD Flip.
The HD Flip, I'll tell you something else.
Love the HD Flip, but to edit, try to do some real cool editing is almost impossible.
Do you have a 2 hour?
Huh? Yeah.
That 2 hour one, the battery runs out.
My battery fucking dies.
It stinks.
At this point, I can't keep my camera on.
It's horrible.
What is that about?
It's a piece of shit. That's what it's about. And I'm going to get a new one.
So what do I have to do? Replace the battery?
No, I've broken 3 of these HD Flips. I've actually smashed them into the floor. They're garbage. Although the video is great, you can plug them in is great, and you can stand them up and tape your stand-up sets, which is what I use them for. But the way the battery dies on these motherfuckers, they are horrible.
What they also need to do is a little plug-in. So you could use some fucking in-the-wall electricity.
Terrible, dude.
They got some problems.
Yeah. It's a terribly, terribly designed product.
I love the convenience of the HD Flip. I can throw it in my back pocket. I'm filming all the fucking time. Trust me, I'm not putting up half the videos that I actually do. But whatever. Go to my YouTube channel, Opie Radio, if you want to see the best of the ride home. I thought it came out pretty good, and sick. And it's me and Jimmy and Otto will join the show, and we'll figure out the next hour after the break. Stay there.
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 8 new voice messages. First voice message.
This fuck you goes out to Lydia. Lydia, I'll tell you what, don't ever call again. You're boring, you're stupid. Fuck you, Lydia.
Next message.
I want to send a big fuck you to the Quality Inn on Roberts Road and for setting my alarm clock for daylight savings time a day early. Thank you, you fucking cunt. I should have threw my load all over your fucking alarm clock before I walked out of the room. Fuck you, bitches.
Next message.
This is for my mom. Fuck you, mom. Leave me alone and stop being a psychopath and bitch.
Next message.
Yeah, I would like to give a big F you to me for letting my XM subscription go away for a couple of months and missing the show. Man, I suck. Fuck you, man.
Next message.
I want to say fuck you to Mother Nature. Mother Nature, you hit Long Island with a storm. I had no fucking power. All my trees are down. I froze my ass off. There's nothing to fucking do. Fuck you, Mother Nature.
Next message.
This is Yale from Butler, and I just want to say fuck you to the United States Postal Service. I wanted to go into the city and puke my face off and piss myself, which made me work. Fuck you, Postal Service, you cunt.
Next message.
Yeah, this fuck you goes to all the fucking schools I applied to. I worked my fucking ass off to do all the shit you guys asked to do. I got fucking great scores in the SATs. I got great scores in fucking school, and you still didn't fucking accept me. My friend who fucking got less scores than me is dumber than a fucking rock got into the school that I applied to. Fuck you.
Next message.
Yes, well, I'd like to give a big fuck you to my asshole. But what I really want is for you to fuck my asshole. Come and give Stevie some of that Twinkie dick.
End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Thank you and goodbye.
I turned everyone else's mic on except myself. That's smart. Hey, man, we're trying a new bit, and yesterday was a complete disaster. It didn't work at all. So we're going to try it again today. Came up with an idea. It's not a, I don't think it's even an original idea, but we're going to try it, and we'll put our own spin on it.
I like your summation of yesterday's success, though. Yesterday was a complete disaster. It didn't work at all.
Yeah, it really did.
Summed it up.
Because, we understand you assholes are out there, but enough already. For real. And yeah, I said for real again. Deal with it.
They don't like when you say for real?
No.
Why? Who notices that?
A lot of people that just want to be fucking haters. We're trying a bit called The Last Word. And basically you, the listener, the faithful listener, you get the last word on the radio show. So basically we'll say goodbye when we usually do 10:30 to 10:45, somewhere in there. And then we'll come back for like a 5-minute segment where we string together you guys getting the last word on everything we talked about on that show. So you can rant and rave a little bit. It's like a very mini podcast for yourself. okay? But, of course, people have to call and just be dopes, and it's never going to make the air, so fucking have fun with that.
Were they dopes?
Yeah, they were. So if you want to try this today, it's 877-496-7786. We're just kind of taking the phone calls and working on the production, and eventually, if we can figure this shit out, we'll make it a regular feature. It's kind of cool for you guys, you know. A lot of people trying to get through, and you can, and then we change subjects. You just leave a quick little message, and if it's good enough, we'll string it together with a bunch of other idiots, and you'll hear yourself on the radio. It's the working title is Last Word, but I'm sure we'll figure something out that's a little better than that. But the phone number is 877-496-7786. Okay, and leave your comments. Jimmy, I got the Keith Olbermann Walmart thing.
I do want to hear that.
And I Steve got it, even though we did the story, but the actual story with the witnesses. We love the witnesses, the people on the street giving their opinion on a big story. So you want to go there?
Yeah, let's hear some of the. So just some of. I don't want to hear the news reporters. Just some of the.
No, fuck the news reporter. Yeah,
witness people. Can I have sounded dumber?
Some of the witness people.
Yeah.
I immediately finished my purchases and went over to the monitor and asked to speak to a manager. As I was doing that, I noticed there were another group of African American people, and we were just looking in total disbelief. And we banded together, waited for the co-manager to come. He spoke to us briefly. One of the persons called the police. You know,
they're talking like it's 9/11. Yeah, let's relax. You know what? I think this is hilarious. Just hearing them to talk about their experience makes me laugh even. I know we have some black listeners. Was this funny or not? I think it was funny.
Because I can honestly say if a black teenager did the same thing and said all white people leave the store, I would have the same reaction. Who cares? Mm-hmm. It's a dumb teenage prank. If a store employee did it, that's a little bit more. But it was just some dumb fucking teenager. Who gives a shit?
Right.
I asked him, I said, are you telling me that anyone can come off the street and use your pacing system? He said, more likely, yes. I said, you're telling me...
This was a manager who said this?
Yes. I said, you're telling me that I can go back there and pay someone? He said, yes. So I think that's a very dumb security system, and I think they really need to be corrected, and I think it should be corrected already.
Despite this woman's saying that extremely well, it's always been like that, lady.
Yeah.
Since I'm 41, since I was 12, you've been able to prank in Bradley's. We used to do it.
Yeah, and I hear dumb right there. Black, white, or purple. This broad is dumb. She's just that dummy.
She sounded like a real dumbbell.
Oh, this is good.
She's acting like this is shocking news that you can actually just grab the PA and make an announcement. You've always been able to do that.
I really need help today.
Why? What's the matter?
Well, track 4 is supposed to be 20 seconds, but it says a minute 10, so...
That's only off by a bunch of seconds.
Who knows what this clip is?
I almost said 90, but then I realized that's wrong, too.
Yeah. We'll learn together. I don't know what this is going to be.
Well, it's good that they made an arrest. They need to make an example out of it.
That was the reaction of Walmart shoppers tonight following the arrest of a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's
Who is that person?
That's track 1, which we didn't want to play, which is now track 4. And track 1 is another...
What's happening?
Now, this is track 1.
Attention all Walmart shoppers. All black people leave the store now. Once I heard that, I was absolutely shocked and appalled. It was a disgusting comment.
Do you need
to get a hold of yourself?
You're panicking, lady. The overreaction that we have, we just like to overreact. Mm-hmm. It's what we do. For attention, we overreact like a bunch of twats.
We overreact because we're really, really bored.
Because we need attention.
We're extremely bored.
We need attention when I was appalled. How about, that was a stupid prank, and get back to your fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
A mayor made the announcement. Very calm, very cool. He said it as if it was very right. Like he had $1 million for us. That's how he said it. He wasn't nervous.
That he had $1 million for us. What are you talking about?
They couldn't find someone with intelligence to discuss this.
What is this blithering idiot talking about?
How do you say something like the person has $1 million for us?
What does that mean? I don't know. No one knows what you mean, lady.
Lady.
Yes.
And finally.
And I immediately turned around and observed the security training that I have, I observed the whole floor in less than a second. Then I noticed I didn't know what to do. My mind said, call 911.
Well, that's security training really paid off. You knew how to handle a situation. Call the emergency assault and murder line for somebody making a prank announcement. Her security training, what crack security training?
Yeah.
Thank God she's on the job. What an idiot.
This was handed in to me, so just so the listeners can play along at home. Track 1 is supposed to be 1 minute and 11 seconds, Jimmy. It was actually 14 seconds. Track 2 is supposed to be 14 seconds. It's actually 19 seconds. Track 3 was supposed to be 14 seconds. It's actually 25 seconds. Steve, you couldn't be more wrong with this. Track 4 was supposed to be 20 seconds. It's actually 1 minute 10. Track 5 was supposed to be 13. Well, guess what? That was 13.
Jesus.
And track 6 was supposed to be 26 seconds. It's actually 14 seconds. How do you get it that wrong?
Steve really is a horse's ass.
I need fucking help today.
Steve? No, the thing is, the seconds are calculated differently.
It's not just me and Aunt and Jimmy shooting the shit and having some of that terrific chemistry. I actually need help today. The fuck is this? Sam's gone, too. Because Sam does this very well. Does other things horribly bad, but...
I don't know what's wrong with Sam, but I hope he's in pain. I hope right now he's over the toilet holding his stomach.
Are you all right?
I am
It couldn't
sorry.
be more wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
And I don't even know what tracks I played. I don't even know if we played them in the right order.
Just avoid track 4. The stupid, what happens is if you don't pay attention, the Nero software, which is the burning software, likes to rearrange
You didn't
them.
hear me, though. Did he hear that every track was wrong?
Yes, I'm very aware of that. And then when I looked at it, I went, shit.
How are they all wrong? Who is Nero?
That's the,
I know.
Thank you.
What is Nero?
It's the burning software we use.
Oh. All right, but now we got Overman and a transcript, too, so that's good. So, Jimmy, this is what I was trying to talk about an hour ago, but now we can finally get to it, so... Holy shit, can I just go home? There's a rhythm to what... There's a rhythm to a radio show. When you go, you know what, I was watching Oberman last night, and he had some weird fucking shit to say about this kid at Walmart. You want that clip within minutes, not an hour later.
Yeah.
As he nods. Just walk down the hall. For real. Just, there's the for real.
I was about to.
Keep track. What?
Sorry. What?
No, I'm just talking to myself, too. What were you saying, Danny?
I was just doing an impression of somebody I know.
Go ahead, do it again. Make me laugh. I really need help right now.
That's what I thought.
I
was about to.
Steve Blatter.
You know when Anthony's sick, all I have to do is hit the fucking snooze alarm and go back to bed? I should have done that today. I don't have to be here. I'm enjoying my time with Jimmy, though.
I hope so.
All right, here's what Keith Overman had to say about the 16-year-old at Walmart.
8 days ago, a 16-year-old kid picked up a courtesy phone at a store in Washington.
There's the melodrama starting. He's revving up his melodrama.
Fat piggy boy engines.
Can we all agree that he's just a douche? I don't care what you think politically. This guy's a douche.
Well, let's hear what his take
with a very punchable face.
Let's be fair.
Please don't punch him in the face because they'll blame us.
8 days ago, a 16-year-old kid picked up a courtesy phone at a store in Washington Township, New Jersey, and announced over the public address system, quote, "Attention Walmart customers, all black people leave the store now," unquote. The boy has been arrested and charged with harassment and bias intimidation. 2 days ago, a Tea Party protester shouted the N-word at Congressman John Lewis of Georgia, one of the heroes of 20th century America, and Congressman Andre Carson of Indiana. And another shouted anti-gay slurs at Congressman Barney Frank of Massachusetts.
Can you pause that real quick? Do you see what this, and again, I don't know where he's going with this, so maybe I'm jumping the gun, but as of now, as I'm listening, do you see how this scumbag is just taking what a 16-year-old kid did and somehow... What are the Tea Partiers? Because some guy, say the word, big news guy. If it was murder, you'd say murder. So how about this? Some guy yelled nigger. That's all right. That guy is reprehensible for yelling that at a public figure.
Yeah, they're very, very different situations here. You're talking about a kid doing a silly prank, and you're putting him in the same category as true hate. And
now he's saying anti-gay slur.
Right.
Of course. So I guess you're mentioning all bias and how tired you are of all bias. But being the guy he is, and again, I could be wrong and jumping the gun, but I don't think he'll say anything where anybody has yelled any type of an anti-white or anti-Irish or anti-Italian slur, I imagine he's just going to go with the minorities he feels better than.
Capitol Hill police confirmed no arrests were made, and there were no serious efforts to identify the vermin involved.
Can you actually arrest someone for fucking saying, I'll say the N-word, whatever. I don't need to say the word.
I don't know.
You can't arrest someone for saying that, can you?
It's not that you can arrest them for saying. It's weird with language.
I mean, it's horrible and all that, but can you actually arrest somebody?
I mean, there's other people out there who legally may know. For saying that, for just saying it, no, of course not. But if you yell at a cop, black cop, yeah, because it's, I don't know what it would technically be, but maybe is Kenny there?
We really can't.
Hey, Kenny.
We can't.
Oh, he's doing something.
What is he doing, you think?
I don't know. It's creepy. There's a lot of little children on his computer.
You know what's weird about Kenny? Like, I see he uses that computer. He looks at the most boring. There's not a graphic to be seen. It's just a bunch of text every time I look over at Kenny as he's doing his surfing. Not a picture, not an image, not a cool graphic, nothing. No video. He's found websites that actually have no ads. There's no ads popping up. What are you doing over there?
I'm looking.
Oh, I don't know which. Go ahead.
I'm looking up the New Jersey law for bias harassment, so you can read it.
This is why we love Kenny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What about the arrest, though? Like, if the guy yelled, what he yelled? Nigger at a congressman or a fucking public figure?
Yeah.
What is the, like, I know freedom.
John Lewis.
What is
He is a hero, too.
the rule with yelling stuff like that? Like, if you yelled at a black cop, or what is the rule with them arresting you for a certain type of language?
You can't get away with any of that bias stuff anymore.
No, but what's the legal, like, even if it's not bias, say it's something else. Like, say it's something just violent to somebody.
Well, it's the underlying motive. Like, if it was like a road rage incident and somebody called somebody a racial slur, during it's the underlying motive, like why they said and did what they did in order for it to be considered bias or not.
But how could that be an arrestable offense? Meaning, it's not, I'm again, free speech is, you can't yell fire in a movie theater. So that guy's not trying to cause a public panic. He's not inciting people to riot. And I don't know what the other stipulation on it is.
It's public alarm, though.
But is
it's
that
alarming conduct?
But
it's very subjective.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
No arrests were made, and there were no serious efforts to identify the vermin involved. Television, print, and radio news organizations will not be asked to turn over their tapes and images of the event, nor subpoenaed if necessary.
Why would they?
This is
What the fuck is this?
Why would they, you brown shirt cunt?
What is this fucking 1984 ass talking about?
Why would they be subpoenaed to turn over tapes, you fucking asshole?
Do you know what country you live in? Freedom of fucking speech, like we've said many times, the freedom to say some awful things. You might not like it, but we have the right to say them.
Did he
Mr. Oberman.
Did he want fucking people tape subpoenaed with people yelling Hitler at fucking Republicans or at Bush? And again, they have the right to yell. That's a shitty thing to say.
Of course, but that's some harsh language too there, sir.
But did cunt Oberman want tapes subpoenaed? Shut the fuck up, big brother.
That's why I said 1984. I thought I was pretty fucking smart with
You were
my
right.
line. Thank you, sir.
They always talk about Big Brother when it comes to cameras being everywhere and the dirty conservatives looking at you. But how come they never think they're Big Brother when they want tape subpoenaed because some fucking jack-off yells something?
Yeah,
you know how that should be handled? If there's a black guy next to him, that black guy should remove his teeth with his fist.
There you go.
If you want to yell that in public, you should get your teeth knocked out.
And then maybe you won't say it next time. Yeah, a little street justice.
Exactly.
The morning mashup walking by.
So what,
What do
all
you
right.
think they're talking about today?
I don't know.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, she's in New York.
You see Miley Cyrus? Justin Bieber.
So I'm reminded of why I hate Oberman so far.
Nor subpoenaed if necessary. This is not to dismiss what the 16-year-old did in New Jersey, but it would seem that what was shouted at the congressman merits at least as much investigation and hopefully as much prosecution. After all, it did occur inside the halls of Congress, a place at least as crowded as and as sanctified as a Walmart.
You notice that was supposed to be his big ending?
Is that the end?
I'm sure he went right to commercial.
Okay. Now what I have to do is I have to say that I crucified Oberman incorrectly for his take on this.
Well,
I once again should have listened before I spoke.
Well, you're basically saying that it should get, it just doesn't get the same attention. I think it got the same attention, Jimmy. I heard about the slurs and all that shit. It was everywhere.
But he wasn't crucifying the kid and saying he should be arrested or any of that stuff. Unless he said it elsewhere. But if he didn't, then I just smashed Oberman for nothing.
You know what? He's guilty of something.
You're probably right. But I should listen first.
Keep smashing him.
So that's the problem I have.
What?
I don't listen first. I just react. And now I have to be like an asshole and go, oh, all right, he didn't say what I thought he was going to say, so fuck me.
Yeah, but no, there's still some bad stuff in his speech there.
Where he
you can't subpoena tapes, and you got to understand what.
Well, he was saying the tapes are probably subpoenaed in Walmart. I'm saying he said the tapes are probably used in Walmart.
What tapes? Oh, like the security cameras
tapes,
and stuff.
And he's saying that a guy yelling this at an American hero. I have to defend Oberman now. He's saying that a guy yelling this at a guy in Congress is a lot more serious, and they're not even making the effort to find the guy that they made to find some 16-year-old prankster.
Oh, fuck. All right.
All right, so...
I agree with you, too.
For the last 25 minutes, say, a lot of the things I said about Oberman I meant. Some were ill-informed, as I will be frequently.
All right, I guess.
So
Fuck, let's just tussle each other's hair.
I will admit my incorrectness.
Do we have to admit defeat on this one?
No, but I agree with him. I do agree with that point. Unless there's more I didn't hear, but if that's all he said, then I was wrong to shit on him for it, and I agree with him.
Did we get anything right on this show?
No, not really. But look, if you fuck up, you admit it.
That's entertaining as all hell.
How's that feel?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Everyone does that, but unfortunately when we do it, a lot of people hear it.
Well, yeah, and and the media cares way too much about the unimportant stuff. Is I guess the point he's making. But
wait, where did
his channel is extremely guilty of that.
Where did we first hear that Oberman was happy about the kid getting? Was that in our news stories? I may be able to toss Travis under. Hold on. If I can toss Travis under the bus for this, I will. Is Travis here? Yes, he is.
How about we just move on?
No, I'm obsessed.
How about we just move on?
I think we may have to.
Because it might have been me.
Wait, what did you say?
It definitely was not me.
No, I'm saying, was it only in the news stories?
No, not at all.
All right, look, Jimmy.
Okay.
All right, I'll confess. This is what happened.
Oh, no.
I was too busy editing my Best of the Ride Home video as I was trying to get some fucking knowledge last night, and I was listening with half an ear.
Okay, so
and then I thought I heard a lot of stuff.
All right.
And then I brought it to the show, and wow, I couldn't have been more wrong.
All right, so this humiliation is...
Yes, you need to know.
No,
because that's exactly what happened.
It is good to know, though, because I'd like to know why I made an ass out of myself because you were editing fucking videos. Fair enough. All right.
I was trying to multitask. The older you get, you just can't multitask as well as you did as a youngster. Holy shit, I got that one wrong.
Yeah.
I fucking am heating up right now.
But I just wish I had
I need a fan.
I should have had the foresight to say, well, let's just hear it first and then make a decision.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that. I just babbled.
Well, with that point, it was a pretty good point.
It was still fun to trash him.
Let's say hi to Ralph in Connecticut.
Oh.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Number one, Oberman should go back to doing sports because that's the only real thing he was ever really good at.
All right, I'm going to stop you there. I'm doing a lot of stopping today. I loved Oberman when he was on ESPN, and then recently they gave him that Sunday night, what was it called? Sunday night football thing where...
That night football night in America, yeah.
I can't stand him now because of this new Oberman. I have a tough time watching him do sports again.
Exactly, and that's the thing. But get away from that. Number two, I was born in Jersey, in that area. That's funny. And I'm black, and I think that's hysterical as shit. Because any kid that's going to have the balls enough to go up to a Walmart and pull it off, especially in a Walmart. You ever been in a Walmart? Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't care who it is.
Yeah,
Black, white, Spanish, purple, that's funny.
Know why?
You
Because...
never said the N-word. You didn't say anything racist. You said all blacks leave the Walmart.
Know why? Know why? Because you got a sense of humor. I'm surprised, just walking around, how many people just don't have a sense of humor.
I've been listening to you guys since you were on NEW, right before you got out of BCN. I've listened to you and Anthony and Little Jimmy for a long time.
Thank you, sir.
All I'm going to say is that at 40 years old, figure it the hell out. It's funny.
Right
you
on.
didn't drop the N-bomb. You didn't say anything about anybody's kids, anybody's waterhead. All he did was all blacks leave the Walmart. And for Oldman to try and put that in the same context, with this thing in D.C. with Barney Frank and the other gentleman. Okay, you want to try and make some valiant point because you're the oppressor or you're the good guy for the black man. All right, whatever. You're not the good guy for me because I go out and work and pay my taxes, but that's another rant going handspin. But you know what? Have a sense of humor. It was funny. Fun out, boys.
Thank you, sir. Good point. Very good point.
It's amazing how you talk about something and you express an opinion, and there's a guy who's probably listening. He's M-Pulse on Twitter, and I very rarely will address tweets or whatever that shit is on the air. But it's amazing how the guy is. I'm talking about Fox and why I like them, and he goes, thought policing? You mean they want some semblance of facts and not right-wing talking points? Comedy is funny when it's true. Hey, M-Pulse, you dope. By thought policing, I was talking about in language. In language, you fucking dummy. That's what I was talking about. Thought policing, what people should say, and the way people should express themselves. That's the thought policing I'm talking about. So I expect a Twitter apology for your incorrect assessment of what I was talking about.
I don't think I've ever seen a Twitter apology. Good luck on that.
And here's another one. Another guy blaming Fox. Aren't they responsible for why half the retard population thinks Iraq was responsible for not? I don't blame CNN or MSNBC for people's behavior. Stop fucking, that's what people, stop blaming people. Jesus, stop blaming Fox. I don't blame CNN. Fucking stop it. God almighty, everybody's gonna find Fox is responsible for this. Shut the fuck up. It's Fox is telling everybody. Fucking shut up with Fox is ruining the world, you fucking babies. How come nobody blames CNN for a fucking thing? No one.
Because no one's watching.
But no one blames Oberman. No one.
Yeah.
But Fox. Fox said it. Shut up. Fucking cunts. Enough already. Fucking babies. No one blames the New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
No one. Ugh.
Ugh.
Fucking ugh.
Ugh.
But aren't they responsible? I don't. Maybe I'm one of these idiots that I kind of hold other people to the same set of standards I hold myself to.
Sure.
I watch the news. Sure, it influences my opinion, but Fox does not change the way I see the world, and neither does CNN. They really don't. And if you're that fucking dumb that you're influenced so heavily by one of those channels, then you're a dumb motherfucker regardless of what you're doing. You're a dummy.
I think you described a lot of people, though. I think they are influenced by it.
Well, then they're dumb. If that's the only thing you're influenced by.
Yeah.
If you watch Fox all day and believe everything they say, then you're a dumb, non-thinking fuck. The same as if you watch CNN all day and allow them to influence everything you do. You're a fucking dummy.
I went through a stage when we were off the air. I was reading a lot of political books, believe it or not, because I knew I was lacking in that area. So I was reading the Michael Moore books and just everybody. Bill Maher, all of them. All of them. Coulter. And then I would read these books like one a week, and then I think I even did it to you. I would spew what I read in the book to you. Ugh. Then I realized it was all just a bunch of horse shit, and I stopped reading them. Stopped reading all of them.
Well, they're all just opinions. I mean, they really are.
I know, but it's so easy to, like, read a book, and then all of a sudden you agree with everything this person's writing. And then you pick up the other version of the book, which is completely different, and then you're like, holy shit, no, now I agree with this guy saying.
Yeah.
And I knew it was just a bunch of horse shit. I had to stop. Bill Maher, he had the big picture book about Obama and 9/11. It was nice. It made it easy for everybody. Big fucking illustrations. All of a sudden, I'm spewing everything I fucking read in that book.
And I love Bill Maher, and I don't agree
I was an
politically
expert
with
on
him.
9/11 all of a sudden. I know I did it to you and some of my other comedy friends down at the cellar. They must have been looking at me like, what are you doing? Are you that bored? Go to Europe. Do something. Why are you sitting around reading?
Fox News! Fox is responsible! Fucking assholes.
All right, here's the Gregolog music.
That's great.
Another thing we brought up an hour and a half ago, by the way. This is the hour and a half later show. Oh, Jim's reaction. Okay, you know what? What the hell? Jimmy was on Red Eye last night.
Yes,
what the hell?
was.
Here's the Greg-a-log. It's quick on the health care bill.
What did we learn this weekend? That the health care reform bill is such a big idea that it doesn't matter what's in it. And at 2,700 pages, no one can really know. This was a yes vote on Shangri-La. Essentially, Obama and Pelosi, or Obama-losi for short, looked at our crappy economy, weighed down by 3 massive entitlement programs, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and thought, let's have a 4th. The worst part, saying it will save money. I want to show you a graph from Nick Gillespie's great piece at Reason.com. Check out the estimated cost of Medicare, $12 billion. Now check out its actual cost, $110 billion. So they were only off by 900%. Welcome to Greece, people. Jump in, the water's warm. First they tried to sell the bill on moral grounds, didn't work. Then on efficiency grounds, still didn't work. Then they switched to saving money. Insure 30 million new people and you'll save billions. Using the same logic, we should insure Canada too. We'd be in the black by then. Look, universal health care is a beautiful idea, but so is getting a pony for your 5th birthday. When Daddy argues with little Susie over that pony, she doesn't care about how they're going to afford it. She doesn't care if they have to sell the house. She just wants that pony, and who doesn't? But see, Daddy should know that, and Daddy shouldn't actually buy the pony. And most of all, he shouldn't want the pony, and he shouldn't tell everyone that it's cheaper than having a car. But he just did, and the media and the Dems fell in line like a classroom of 5-year-old girls. They didn't just buy the pony, they just bought the whole damn farm. And if you disagree with me, you're a racist homophobe who wears fur to whale-eating parties.
Wow. But you see, he makes his point. I mean, he's very informed about it.
And get some jokes in there.
Yeah, he's silly, and he's logical, and agree or disagree with him. At least he's giving you reasons why he thinks what he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And that music
is horrendous.
Of course, that's the beauty of it.
Jim, is this the end of the world as we know it? And should we just move to another country like Texas?
Oh, Greg, I was afraid you were going to say something stupid. No, I don't think it's a big deal. It's going to cost a lot of money, but I make a lot.
Oh, there you go.
I see someone was well enough to do Red Eye yesterday.
Well, yeah, but that tapes at 9:30 at night, 8 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny because
so
Greg,
you got over the Boka burger in time for your Red Eye.
I was all right
appearance.
by noon. I finally ate around noon. But Greg said to me before the show, he said, I said, dude, 'cause I had nothing written for healthcare. I'm like, I'm a little unprepared for healthcare. He goes, I should go right to you.
Yeah. Make you all uncomfortable.
I wish he had, like, without even telling me, because I would have just said something stupid. But that's why he went right to me, because I told him I had nothing.
Right on. Yeah, he's good that way.
Yeah.
All right, is Otto here? Oh, a thumbs up. Fuck, okay. Why don't we take a quick break? We're going to get Otto in here from Otto and George. Phones are lit. Phones are good today. Keep them coming.
Sure.
The big show tomorrow at the Stress Factory.
Yes, tomorrow night.
It's Jim Norton, Jim Florentine. Who else?
Don Jameson, who does Jim's Metal Show, and Otto. Oh, my fucking arms are sore. And Stress Factory, I think it's 8 o'clock show, 732-545-4242. None of us are getting paid. All the money is going. Kenny does a thing for his son's high school, and he's got 2 boys. We did it a couple years ago for Jeffrey, and this is his other son, Doug. We're doing it for his high school.
Good. So they could have a good prom.
Yeah. They want them to have a nice, safe prom. You know. It's like, other than that, it's like they got to get, I guess, people to handle it. It's like, what do you want, Kenny at the prom, wrecking everybody's fun? Who wants Kenny to prom?
You don't think he would be a good chaperone at the prom?
No. There's not one cock that would get hard after he walked through the room.
Has he ever chaperoned? Kenny! Have you ever chaperoned anything?
A ski trip once so I could go skiing for free.
Did you look the other way when the kids were drinking? Were you one of those guys, or you had to be the jerk?
I almost drew a kid out of the bus because he was throwing M&Ms around.
I thought you were going to. I thought happy you stammered.
I thought he was going to say M80s. So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, you should throw the kid out for M&Ms. Really?
Guy's throwing around a bunch of music CDs.
Cool on chips.
Thanks.
Good to see you, Chips.
He does sound like Patrick Kennedy. That's what you sound like. Right.
Yeah. So the M&Ms bothered you and you almost threw him off the bus?
Hey, he fucking hit me. I don't care if I...
Oh, he hit you. Yeah. Well, that's different, I guess.
And Eminem and his awful mustache.
Sorry you can't take the M&M hitting you. It's really...
No,
it really could cause a lot of damage.
I was minding my own business, trying to sleep, and those kids were rambunctious.
Yeah.
How'd you know who did it?
I get anybody. collateral damage. I didn't care.
We went on ski trips, and the chaperones were pretty strict, but somehow, man, the guys I went with, they knew how to get the beer on the bus. I was always amazed by that. When, like, the chaperones they would distract them or something. Next thing you know, they're like, and they didn't even really hide it. It was just cases and cases of beer, and then they throw the luggage sort of around it. And somehow we were able to get the beer in the rooms it was Hunter Mountain up there in New York, upstate New York.
Now, if you did that, they'd have the police there. There'd be an intervention. And
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I used to love those ski trips with the drinking. Still no fucking, though. Not until fucking college for me. All right, Kenny, so the big show's tomorrow, so we're very excited, and we're going to get Otto in here to help out with it.
And I'll say hello to people.
Oh, wait, you know what? No, I want to play something. Anthony Cumia and Jim Norton intercepted on the CB radio transmissions. That's right.
I've been getting a lot of chest pains lately. I hope I'm not fucking having heart issues. I don't know if it's a muscle on this side.
Are you lifting a lot?
Yeah. I've been back to doing more weights, yeah.
What'd you do? You might have strained yourself a little bit.
No, but even before that, I've been having all these weird chest issues.
Or you might be heading toward a massive coronary.
That's very possible.
It could be either one, which is so much fun when you get older. Boy, did I pull a muscle, or am I going to fucking drop dead as I walk to the corner?
Am I getting healthier, or am I going to just grab my chest while I'm eating my girlfriend's pussy and drop dead?
Every pain, right? When you get a little older, you're like, what the fuck is that? Is that a stroke coming on?
Yeah.
It's great.
Edmund Muskie. Greatest. Fucking mid-sentence, his fucking head hits the mic.
That is funny, though. Come on. It's horrible, but it's funny. All right, let's listen to this as we go to break.
The following sexually explicit CB radio transmission took place one evening in early 2010 between radio personalities Jim Norton and Anthony Cumia. Neither party has been made aware of its existence until now.
I'm thinking about you. Yeah. Did you get the video I sent? Yeah. I really do want to be rough with you. Wow. Well, what do you want to do? What are you going to do to wear me out? I want to treat you rough. Throw you around. Spank and slap you. Slap your face. Yeah. Treat you like a dirty little whore. Put my cock in your ass and then shove it down your throat. I want you to bite me. Now you're talking. Then I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up while I slap your face and pull your hair for making noise. Wow. I want you to beg for my cock. Yeah. Kiss you all over to convince me to let you have it in your mouth. We will see how bad you want me. Whatever else turns you on. Whatever I want, you are mine. You please me like no other has or ever will. I'm not losing that. Great thing is we have a lifetime of this. Okay, lights out. Good night, sexy.
Otto Peterson in studio. It says Otto Peterson. Is that your new name there, Otto? It's Otto and George is your stage name.
I don't really go by that. It's George's last name is actually George Dudley. It never comes up. But I had an Uncle David, what we called Uncle Dud. That was his nickname, and he was the guy in my family that encouraged me in comedy. He was the only one that said go for it. And we used to talk about comedians. He turned me on to Benny Hill. He said, this guy's funny. You got to watch Benny Hill. And he was a lovely man. He was a very naturally funny guy. And
did he ever do anything with that?
No, he was just the one in the family that would always crack the funniest jokes. He was much funnier than me, just sharp wit.
As you're making this speech, I'm thinking of how much I would like to hear you making this with Arabic writing behind you in a video, and then your fucking head cut off.
Are they still doing that?
They sure are.
Oh, my God.
I like this behind-the-scenes stuff. Was he married? What did he do for a living?
Uncle Dud was an investigator for charities in New York City. If you were setting up a charity, he would make sure it wasn't fraudulent. Mm-hmm. He was in an Amtrak derailment once where 6 people were killed, and the cook was pinned behind the stove and singed to death. And he was one of the heroes that was handing out babies through the wreckage of Amtrak. And it was in the middle of the night, so they didn't know if they were on a cliff or what was going on. It was just pitch black out there. And when they interviewed him, CNN or one of those national services interviewed him. He said, I was asleep. I was thrown clear of the train. And I crawled back into the wreckage, and Amtrak charged me another fare. That's the quote.
That's the type of guy.
Yeah, he was just very funny. He was a hysterical guy.
What is he still around, or?
He died now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. He died and eventually passed away. We buried him.
Did he die of something nice?
He was a Camel smoker, non-filtered.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't good. He got a brain tumor.
Wow.
Yeah.
What year?
Well, this was, I was in my late 20s, and I actually walked the last mile with him. I was the only one in the family that had all this free time because I was a comedian, so I moved in with him in Brighton Beach, and, pretty much took care of him. I was very depressed during that time, but I wound up staying in the apartment after he died.
Died?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like?
No, I mean he died in the hospital, but I kept the apartment. It was awesome. It was right on Brighton Beach.
But
what?
All the memories of him still in the apartment, or did you get a dumpster?
Well, I mean, any apartment, you got to assume that something bad has happened in there at one point in time.
Correct.
You get some Lysol. You open a window for an hour and. He didn't die there. He died in a fucking hospital.
Did you throw his stuff out, or did you keep some of it?
No, I pretty much got new stuff. Yeah, he had very 1950s. He was like he reminded me a lot of Jack Klugman. He was like that.
Oh, really?
Very
same
sloppy
type of guy?
Yeah, you'd open his refrigerator and there would be fucking prepackaged salami, fucking chocolate donuts, and then a jar of maraschino cherries. And he would let us, when we stayed over as kids, he would let us order Chicken Delight and have big bottles of Pepsi, nothing healthy. We could stay up till 3 a.m. watching Chiller Monster Theater. It was great. You could just take advantage of him. He knew nothing about rearing children. There was no salads or bedtime or lights out. My other uncle was nice, but it was like go to bed at 9 and just drag you to this fucking museum tomorrow.
Oh, what a drag.
Oh, he was a douche.
Did Uncle Dudley ever, I'm a little concerned now, but Uncle Dud, what had been happening over there? Letting all the kids have candy and then they fall asleep.
Oh, no. He also, he liked black chicks. He was like De Niro. He loved black women, yeah. He's an awesome guy.
But he was never married?
No, but he had a steady woman that was,
He was banging black chicks?
Yeah,
though?
he liked that black, all right. Pussy.
I like that.
Was he married a black girl? No?
No.
No, he never married.
No.
Never. Yeah, too busy touching kids and
He was a wonderful
black
guy.
broads.
Yeah, but
What?
he would, he would say go for it, with comedy.
That's really cool, because you find that most of your family says don't go for it. You're crazy. What are you doing? You can't make money doing
have
that.
something to fall back on.
That's
you should get a high school equivalency, at least have something in case everything, and just fear, just be afraid of everything.
You know what, Otto? You make a great point. That falling back on something is such horseshit. There'll always be something to fall back on. Well, in my case, it's like, you need something to fall back on. So I took computer classes. I don't know the first thing about fucking computers.
Yeah.
And I took 3 years of that shit.
The more you diversify yourself, you got to focus on one thing. You can't do, You
got to just go for it, realizing, wow, if I don't make it, this is going to be a little rough. But there'll always be something that you can fall back on.
I mean, when I started, I was still living at home, and I was street performing, and I didn't even need money, but it was like I would pass the hat at the end that was a way of getting rid of the crowd. When you pull the hat out, when you pull the hat out, half the cheapskates leave. So I wanted to start with a new audience. The money was never, an issue. The only money I needed was to go to a movie once in a while. But I always made money at this. Not big money, but enough.
Enough.
I always did fine.
Yeah, very cool. All right. Well, he encouraged you, and the rest of the family kind of didn't, huh?
Well, they were.
What about
the
Dad?
odds that?
Was it your dad's brother?
Yeah, no, my mother's brother. But what are the odds that a kid from Staten Island is going to have a career as a ventriloquist and, after vaudeville had been dead for 30, 40 years?
What are the odds with half this shit?
Yeah.
It's a crapshoot. You never know.
They were just trying to protect me. They didn't want to support me. You know what I mean? It's like if I didn't work out, I'd fucking have to live with them or something.
They're probably worried that Sweet Otto would get stuck on another bus, as he did when he was 7. Do you know that Sweet Otto one time got locked on a bus?
Oh, you're one of those kids?
When he was just a boy?
I fell asleep on a camp bus and I woke up,
In a yard?
I woke up
in a bus yard?
In a bus yard, with all the buses. It was those kind that you could open like that.
Yeah, the big
handle there.
And they all thought poor Sweet Otto had gone away, but he was just sleeping.
My mother, positive person she was sure it was at the bottom of a lake somewhere with little bubbles coming out of it.
How long were you missing?
Corpus. Not long. It seemed like 10 minutes, and then Just a bunch of people came in and took me out for ice cream, and it was like they're real happy. I was
Did they all have
dead.
that panic look on your face, which made you panic?
Relieved, yeah. My mother was there.
Dude, I saw
that depressed face. Sorry. Shut up. Sorry.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Well, we had a bingo parlor and Otto fell asleep.
Okay. Anything better than John Candy?
Yeah. You know that story about the guy in the store saying all blacks leave and
Yeah, the Walmart thing. Yeah.
That reminded me, John Mulrooney. You know John?
Sure.
His brother,
It's funny.
His brother is a New York City cop and a real racist. He had a pretty good sized boat, and he used to park it. He would pull up to the beach at Coney Island, stop the boat, get on a police mega, what do you call it, bullhorn, and go, "Attention all niggers, you will never own a boat. You will never achieve what the white man can achieve. That is all." And then he would just pull away in the boat, and they'd all go, "Say what?"
Jesus.
Very, very angry man. Isn't that horrible?
It is horrible. Yeah, because we were talking earlier about all the pranks we pulled as kids and stuff, and
Did you?
you just know that it was a prank. You know, a prank.
What kind of pranks? Anything involving
Nothing.
nail bombs or anything?
No. Well, Jimmy was talking about how he called in bomb threats to his school. You know,
You did? Wow,
in high school.
That's pretty serious.
Yeah.
that is. That's
If you did that now, that would be a major. You'd have to have FBI record it if you did. Something
Oh
like
yeah.
Yeah, but I was very, very young.
One
It was
kid in my
high
school put a rock inside of a snowball and whipped it at. Well, he didn't hit me. It hit my friend Kevin Mullen. Fucking ripped his head open. That was very serious.
We did that.
You did?
Yeah.
That you could kill somebody.
I know.
Take an eye out.
Well, you know, looking back now, you realize, but at the time, it seemed like the thing to do.
Yeah.
Putting rocks in snowballs and stuff. Or we'd start with the acorn fights, and then, you know, or dirt bombs, and then you realize there's not a lot of dirt bombs around, so then you start throwing rocks at each other.
Wow.
You would catch one in the eye every once in a while.
I
Part
didn't
of
pay
growing up.
attention to one fucking thing in school. I was not there. And then once I got a taste of, you know, that I could go in Central Park or in the Staten Island Ferry and make money, I was like, I'm fucking out of here. What am I sitting here listening to this guy for?
You never made it through high school?
No. I mean, what did I need to know? I mean, you know, spell and count. What else? What were they teaching there that was useful?
But how do you guys get away with that?
I just stopped, you know,
Anthony and Jimmy. I could, if I wanted to like drop out of high school, I don't even know how I would have accomplished
Well,
that.
did you have two parents? Because that might have a lot to do with it. In my case, my mother was just overwhelmed with raising
I didn't even
three
know your
kids.
father wasn't in the
my
picture.
My father was never in the
Oh,
picture.
sorry about
Who's your
asking about
father?
your father then.
Oh, my dad? He was a drunk, and my mom threw him out when I was 2, so he was
Did you
never
know him?
around. No, he came back when I was in my mid-20s, and I met him. I spent a little time with him. He was just he's just a guy in a photo album to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never
You could
really
care
knew.
less?
When he died a few years ago, it was just, I felt the same as when, you know, Michael Jackson died. I felt nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was weird. When my uncle died, I was very, very upset.
Yeah, sure.
He was there for me.
Did your mom ever remarry?
No, when he came back, he was hanging around the family and
Was he looking for money or something?
No, he wanted to have his kids now around him. You know?
Really?
You can't disappear and then come back and expect us to see you as dad. You're just a fucking guy, you know. So my mother started to have feelings for him again, which was kind of fucked up. So we made him go back because we knew he was going to just hurt her again.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you were very protective of mom. That's kind
Sure,
of cool.
you know.
Huh. Why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
kind
you know.
of interesting, though.
Yeah, because a lot of us don't know about young Otto's rearing. I mean, I know about that. I know some of his stories, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what happened to his dad.
Oh, so I was saying that, you know, that's why I was able to get away with truancy because my mother just...
Truancy.
Yeah.
Truancy.
Thank you, Aunt Otto.
Yeah.
1920 Otto. Great, thanks.
Is that an
Truancy.
obsolete word?
Of course it is.
I would
Are
assume
you
so.
truant?
Considering I haven't heard it, I don't know, ever.
Oh, all right.
I think I heard it in the Little Rascals once.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus.
Truancy.
Yeah, little by little, I'm becoming an old guy with just...
Wouldn't you just say cutting or something?
Yeah, cutting
Yes.
okay.
It's probably the right word.
I just
to
remember
say.
that next to my name on these papers that kept coming to
Oh,
the
really?
house. Yeah.
So you were able to just cut school or whatever.
I wasn't fucking, drinking in the park or,
Oh, you were doing something with your time.
Yeah, I mean, my addictions came later. I didn't touch a drink or a joint until I was like 25 years old when I got into the clubs and started hanging around guys like this, comedians, with their late night devilish ways.
Yeah, you were pointing at Jimmy, and Jimmy didn't appreciate that.
No, I didn't even know you were pointing at me.
No, Jimmy's
he was
sober as a judge, but, I'm just saying.
His deviant ways, and then you went like this, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to some of Otto's terminology. Devilish ways, sober as a judge. I'm going to fucking just tape a gray beard to you. An older gentleman.
Yeah. All right. I had a kid thing, but it was whatever.
How fraudulent is this fucking Club Soda Kenny benefit?
Thank you.
So his stupid retarded son can get a lap dance at Scores.
Thank you.
I should give him. I should fucking eat paint chips and not get paid.
See, we're doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing, not for Kenny, but for you guys, because it's a great lineup. It's Jimmy, it's Florentine, it's Otto.
Don Jameson. Chuck Manganelli and his bent dick.
I couldn't say no. He was showing me the butt of his gun while he asked me to do the benefit.
And it's a very suspicious benefit.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, there's benefits all over the place for Haiti, and Kenny's got a benefit so his kid can have a stretched limo for the prom.
Let's focus on the great comedy show.
It is a great comedy show.
Yeah, let's focus on that. How entertaining these people will be.
What are they going to be doing with the money? Because these guys aren't even getting paid. And Otto needs to get paid.
No, I'm cool. High school benefit.
Yeah.
Dayton.
What?
Yeah.
What do they need money in high school for?
Project graduation.
Is that to buy, like, chocolate milk and nap time?
No, it's to
what is project graduation?
Pay for their prom.
I've been to your house. I've been to your neighborhood. You guys are doing okay.
Thank you.
So what do they need?
They just need
this
to have
isn't
a
a bunch of
comedy show
underprivileged youths.
Yeah.
It's just something
It's buying booze for their prom night, pretty much. That's cool.
Yeah, whatever they do on prom night. I never had one. I'm a high school dropout.
Yeah.
Another one?
So I'm giving back to the community.
What the fuck did I do wrong?
How far did you go in college?
All the way.
You did?
And I'm the dumbest in the room.
Yeah, but you had good experiences in college, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah? All right,
I learned just street stuff and,
Oh, yeah?
how to socialize.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all that stuff.
All this homo stuff in his fraternity.
Yeah, there was some
Oh,
kind of homo-y.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
No kidding.
Marshmallows.
I've never had a homosexual experience.
No, I'm not saying I had a homosexual experience, you idiot. I was fucking pledging. It's a little different.
Oh, okay.
That's how you get around the homoerotic crap that was going on.
Okay.
I was doing this to be a brother.
Oh, okay.
I think the great part is that you're due.
Yeah.
And when you do have one, it's going to be ugly.
It's going to be a doozy?
Yeah, it's going to be a real bloody asshole.
Really?
Yeah, a real assault.
Oh, man.
You want to hear
I
about
don't like
mine?
how you jumped the gun there, Otto.
I'm sorry.
I'll explain. It's been explained many times in the show, but there was something I had to do, which was called bomb the DK house. And how you do that is you're blindfolded and you pull your pants down, and there's marshmallows you got to pick up with your ass.
Oh.
And then you waddle across the room, and of course you got to let go of the marshmallow and bomb the DK house. This is how you become a brother.
If you didn't do that, what would have happened to you then?
It'd make you fuck a girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was your choice, and you took the marshmallows instead of fucking a girl?
Kidding.
You know what? Looking back.
Boo.
Oh, Jesus.
Boo, Otto, boo.
Looking
I'm
back.
not as hip as you guys.
Looking back, it was an extremely stupid thing that I decided I needed to do to be accepted by the fraternity
What
system.
college was that?
Geneseo. Yeah. Go ahead, Kenny. Your homo experience.
You want to hear about my first homosexual experience?
Ooh, that means there were many.
in Little League, they told me I had to be catcher once.
Yeah.
And the umpire checked me for a cup.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
He touched your bag and everything?
Yeah.
You're much too tall to be a catcher. He just wanted to touch you.
Yeah.
Did you spill semen in your little uniform?
The umpire checked with his mouth. Young Kenneth had on an athletic supporter.
And then one time we had another football coach, and to make sure you're wearing your cup, he would say, "Let me hear the music," and everybody would have to bang on their
What a sick fuck.
their cups.
Wow.
To make that sound.
It's our little secret.
Yeah.
Let me say hi to Joe in Texas. What do you say, Joe?
How do you do, Joe?
What up, dude?
Hey, man.
Hey, I was just going to let you know about that Project Graduation. It started back in the 90s. It's basically to keep kids from fucking and drinking.
Is that what's going on, Kenny?
Yeah, they have like an all-night party. They like lock them in somewhere.
It's pretty fucking gay.
Wait, you're locking
It's
kids?
not co-ed?
Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know, the kids like go to a place.
And then you lock them inside?
Yeah, like they go to say like a YMCA. And they can like swim and play basketball or whatever.
It's crazy. They have apples and Fresca.
Yeah.
Fresca.
They can swim and stuff?
Yeah.
That's just as good as finding a beach somewhere and hoping to finger pop your date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very vague on his answers.
He's the
very fucking...
Because I don't know.
Oh.
But you're running this scam.
No, I'm just trying to raise money for them. Like the busybody lady in my town, like, asked me to do it.
Oh, really? She had to get you involved?
Yeah, because they can't raise money.
Right.
You know, so they're just using me.
Well, the show's going to be great, and it's going to be sold out, but
I
it's
just
under
see
protest,
a lot of
though.
cash leaking out of that unsealed envelope that's going to be handed from you to some fucking cunt principal later on. You being an ex-cop and everything.
You think he's going to take a little off the top,
Oh,
Otto?
sure.
Yeah.
Something.
How much do you
happened.
think you could take
There's a
before they
finder's
notice?
fee?
Yeah, sure he's going to skim.
Well,
Bullets are
You
expensive.
think you get a couple hundred in your pocket without them knowing?
No,
You know,
I can't.
cops have a saying, there's like grass eaters and meat eaters.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Serpico, what does that mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
Well, grass eaters are the kind of guy that like would just take a free cup of coffee or a free meal.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
It's just a little nibble.
Oh, I see.
A little
Wow.
nibble.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it now.
That's pretty cool.
The meat eaters are like hardcore.
Just completely out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that movie I saw Friday night, Brooklyn's Finest.
How was that?
Was it good?
It was a pointless movie with unnecessary violence.
Did you believe Richard Gere as a police officer?
Yeah, why not?
No, I'm saying, did he seem authentic? You know,
Yes.
he did really.
Yeah.
Like he's off the streets of
You know
Brooklyn. That's pretty
Yeah.
good then.
And that's it? The movie wasn't that great? I mean, the buzz on it, I don't know, the preview looked pretty cool or whatever,
No,
the
it's
trailer.
okay. I went to see it.
You
I
like all
watched
those
it.
cop movies.
I didn't fall asleep.
You liked Cop Out, though, right?
I loved Cop. I didn't like it. I loved it.
All right, look, Ken Smith's not calling
What about,
today. Did you like it or not? You liked it?
Yes, Cop Out.
Yeah, I liked Cop Out.
How about
too.
Cop Land? Did you like that flick?
Yes, I did.
Really? I thought that stunk on ice.
You don't like Stallone?
I thought it was a great cast, and the whole movie was just stupid. I haven't
seen it in years, though.
Sluggish and dumb.
Yeah, my reference, I don't have any real...
Stallone was fine, but I mean,
thought he
how
was
could
really
you,
good. I remember him being real good in that movie.
It was a drama.
how could you have De Niro, Ray Liotta, and Harvey Keitel make a bad film? You know,
And
it's
then you
almost
throw
impossible.
Stallone in there.
Yeah.
But I thought he pulled it off, but like Jimmy, I haven't seen it so long. I'm going
I
to have
have
to go
to
back
see it
and
again.
see it again.
It seemed slapped together and
Really?
I don't know.
Thank you, Danny. Project Graduation is an all-night, pretty much what Kenny said, but there's a little more to it. An all-night alcohol and drug-free party exclusively for graduating seniors. The event is held on graduation night from 10 p.m. through 5 a.m. For the past 21 years, parent, volunteers, and community members have produced Project Graduation for our graduating seniors.
Yeah, see, that's a worthy cause.
Oh, by the way, my friend Glenn Miller, he's from my video.
Glenn Miller?
Yeah, from my
Back from the Dead?
My video, Otto and George Meet Jesus. Yeah,
Right.
That's him, the band.
Oh, I thought
he also helped me enormously with my Letterman set. He was the guy that said, "All right, just calm down. We'll construct something that's airable."
Yeah.
He was very helpful to me.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What's up, Glenn?
Yeah, great comic from the Yonkers area.
Yeah.
And he has all these great Son of Sam fucking stories.
Why?
Well, he knows a lot about Berkowitz. Do you want to share any of that?
Yeah, get on a mic.
Yeah,
We're
get
just
him on.
fucking making this up today, man.
Oh yeah, he's got good Son of Sam shit.
How do you have good Son of Sam shit?
Because he was from Yonkers. And I read this book, The Ultimate Evil.
Oh.
And
He read a book.
No,
I thought he fucking talked to the dog or something.
No. It was a good, but he only did 2 of the murders.
What?
He only did 2 of the murders.
You believe that? I've heard that over the years.
It's pretty accurate. If you look at all the sketches, didn't add up.
Right.
There's a lot of proof. If you read that book, The Ultimate Evil, is really.
So who did the other murders?
It was the son of Sam's kid's car, John Carr, and there's actually one that was filmed. 2 girls did it. They filmed it. It was like a snuff film, and they link it to Hedda Nussbaum and that whole cult, and it's all linked through all this
Maury Amsterdam.
Maury Amsterdam. No, Ray Roden from the Cotton Club had the copy of the book. And
Jimmy, you buy into this? That Son of Sam didn't do all the murders?
I've heard it, but I don't know because no one else has been arrested, to my knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Why haven't they arrested anyone?
Pretty much everybody from it's all dead. All the two car sons died mysteriously, and they just because they wanted to close the case.
Mm-hmm.
It was the hysteria of the whole thing. So
how did Berkowitz get involved?
He was part of the little cult. They used to go to Untermeyer's Park, and there was Devil's Cave. You'd go down to Devil's Cave, and they killed dogs and stuff. And then they told him he'd kill his family if he ratted them out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he took the blame. They used him like a patsy.
So he read a book, Otto.
Yeah.
Your friend read a book.
I'm sorry.
He was a detective or something.
You act like you had the inside skinny.
Really? I thought maybe he was like writing to Berkowitz in jail, and fucking Berkowitz told him a thing or two.
I don't know.
He did what any of us could do.
He read a book.
He read a book.
They both happen to be from Yonkers.
Right, they have a Yonkers connection.
I'd use the post office.
All right on. The Octomom, you want to get into that a little bit?
She wants to have what is she doing that?
I think she wants to do porn to raise money or something. Would you want to see her?
Absolutely.
In a porn? Yeah, I would check that out too for the
are you still involved with the AVN stuff? Do you do that?
No,
I haven't done it in a couple of years.
You did it a few times.
Done twice. No, hosted twice.
Yeah, was it good? Fun?
Yeah, it was really fun, man. I love those guys.
Yeah,
it was very enjoyable. I got nothing, no puss.
Right? Yeah,
none.
Why not?
I think it's the one night of the year. Like they fuck for a living, and I don't think they're really into that.
Really?
Yeah. I think they want to be really treated like they're actors on that night. They have this air about them, like they get mad when you say porno. It's adult film.
We watched that whole thing change. Like we used to have these girls in, and they didn't give a shit. And we're porn
skanky,
stars, and now they're adult film stars.
Yeah, I know.
And they want
the wording is important.
They want a lot of respect and all that. Not that you want to slap them around when they come in here and shit in their face, but I mean, Jesus, you are what you are.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a vote being taken in California where will they make them wear will they make them wear condoms in movies now, which is stupid.
Oh,
to regulate that.
Why? Yeah,
can't do that.
Yeah, no. They will get tested and all that, right?
Yeah, but there's flaws in that system. But
Sure.
So it's a choice.
Well, I think, are they going to be able to even make money in the porn industry? See, there's so much free stuff that is so cool to check out on the internet. Why would you fucking pay for it now?
Was Deep Throat pretty hardcore porn? I remember when Deep Throat
it started it, yeah.
Was it? That was like the first, like...
I bet you it's been a while, but I bet you if we saw it today, we'd be like,
I remember Deep Throat and what was the other one?
Devil and Miss Jones behind
Devil and Miss
Door.
Jones played as a double feature on 43rd and Broadway, where there used to be a Nathan's there, and it played 24 hours a day for 15, 20 years there at that.
And not the 43rd and Broadway we know today. That was a scary area.
I was thinking about the 42nd Street of the mid-'70s when I used to play hooky and go up there. It was great.
You would see the pimps and the hookers,
pimps,
and you would see
a girl.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just like a
stereotypical fucking pimps walking
around. It was
around.
great.
Yeah,
there'd be a series of guys that had just shot up heroin too. The guy who would just stand there and nod off on the corner.
Oh yeah,
I used to love
drug
watching
dealers
those guys.
on every single corner trying to get you to.
Oh yeah, you'd hear loose joints. Check it out, loose joints. Check it out. You know, up
they
and
would
down the
whisper
block.
as you like cross the street. They would get in your ear real
fast. It was
fast.
so great, Times Square, and it wasn't like dangerous.
You know, I'm so with you. It was so great to check out.
It was great.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was much better.
There was a million porn fucking
million porn theaters
and
great double features. It was great.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. What did they do with all the scum? Did they kill them or
they pushed it? They pushed it out to the sides, really.
Yeah, it just went.
I think it started pushing toward like 8th Avenue and all that down that way. Most of it went away, but some of it they just pushed.
I know.
Pushed toward the river.
You can still find an adult like bookstore here and there, but it's not the
same
theme.
What's different?
Not as many of them.
Oh.
Can't meet someone in one and then realize he's annoying, and then go to another one and meet another fella. You remember the good old days?
Yeah.
yeah.
I heard the hookers drive around in cars now.
Sure,
that is true.
Is that true?
For years.
They leave little business cards right on your windshield of your car if you're parked on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
When I used to live up on where the hell was I? 71st in Columbus.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing that.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I never saw them driving around in actual cars, but they would leave business cards on the windshield.
When you were younger, did you have a lot of experiences with escorts and stuff?
No. Never. Too scared, and it never. It was not my thing.
Yeah, uncomfortable, right? Yeah,
uncomfortable. I always felt like I'd be the one that gets my fucking throat slashed or something.
Want to ask me the same question?
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask you, with hookers, would you, if you got one that you found really sexy, would you like request her, or would you always just be whoever they sent over? Like, if you.
Well, no, I've had a couple that I would request. Yeah. A lot of times I would want to see. I would just street hook, get them from the street. Yeah, I've done all that.
Did you ever get like a real like top notch like $1,000 an hour? Like,
I never spent that kind of money. No. I've spent a lot less than that.
Yeah. How old were you when you had your first, Jim?
20 or 21.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
I thought it was
and that was
sooner.
Just driving to Manhattan with some friends.
No, it was New Brunswick.
Oh, he was?
She wasn't good looking.
How bad was she?
Not good. She looked like Michael Spinks. She had a fucking great blowjob, though.
How do you get aroused when somebody's all...
Was she a man?
All fucking torn up and...
No, just that was all they had in New Brunswick. On Commercial Avenue, Remsen Avenue, they were all ugly. George Street, Fucking, they were all just drug addicts.
Wow.
One girl sucked my dick, and then my dick smelled like peanut butter. She was a Spanish lady. She'd been eating peanut butter cookies.
Oh.
And there's fucking like peanut butter crisps in my pube.
Well, stop smelling it.
And you couldn't. The whole car smelled like
butter.
it. She was literally chewing a peanut butter treat as she got in the car.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What a strong smelling treat that was.
Jesus.
Did you ever get your wallet lifted while they were blowing you or anything like that?
I was very careful about keeping my wallet. I remember one hooker who was a regular. She was a complete alcoholic. She stood outside my door and was hanging out on my door and pissing. And she dropped the 20 I had given her in my car. So she actually lost the 20. So that was a big one for me. I got a free blowjob.
You didn't go back and give it to her?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, it was your money.
Sure it was. Finders keepers.
Yeah.
Losers weepers.
Now, what would you would just get, like, this would be in your head starting at what, like in the middle of the afternoon? Like, I'm going to go get a hooker tonight after I finish my day? Or did it just, these urges just come over you suddenly?
I would just look forward to it all the time.
You would? Yeah.
Sure, it was fun to ride around. And
Wow.
Danny's reminded me of a story. Years ago, I was riding in the meatpacking district, looking at trannies. And I wasn't buying, I was just looking.
Yeah.
And one of them kept wanting me to pick them up. I didn't want to. So she walked over and just snatched my glasses off my face. And I literally can't see 10 feet in front of me.
Wow.
So I lived in, my parents in Jersey.
Yeah.
So I'm in the car, I had no glasses. And thank God a cop came, because she took him off, she went, for wasting my time.
Oh.
And then I saw a police officer, and I beeped, and I flabbed the cop down. I'm like, she took my glasses. And he made the tranny give back my glasses.
Oh, God. Those fucking things are expensive.
I know.
Yeah.
So are the glasses.
You ever do a tunnel bunny?
Wait, what's that?
Okay, a girl outside the tunnel? Sure.
Oh.
Drive one through and come back? No.
The tunnel bunnies, when were they popular? I mean, Giuliani got rid of all that, but they were waiting right at the tunnel there, Otto. You pick one up, and by the time you were on the other side...
I knew a hooker from Tenafly. That's a joke for your guy with the bad jokes.
Tenafly?
Yeah.
It sounds like a place you wouldn't want to eat your supper. Flies on it.
Supper.
The animation of Jimmy's glasses being ripped off by the trainer is really, fucking funny, man.
I never saw that one.
It's really fucking funny. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to continue with Otto. Otto, what are you promoting, man?
Where's Anthony?
He's sick today.
Yes.
Oh, he is?
He's got the HIV.
Holy shit.
You're asking now that you've been here for an hour?
I thought he was a long dump or something. I didn't know. How long have I been in here? Brokerage Comedy Club, right? April 23rd, Friday.
Oh, you doing with John Valby again?
No, I'm going to be on at 8, and Valby will be on at 10. It's separate admission, but it's a great night out.
Why the fuck? You guys should just be touring together and see what
I'm
become of
for
that.
it, but I don't know. He's like a lone wolf. It's hard to nail him down. We were trying to sell it to Vegas, but he pulled me aside and he said he had a terrible gambling problem and he was afraid to do anything long-term in Vegas.
Really?
I understand
Is that what Valby's up to?
Well, he's trying not to, so he's compulsively
I didn't know
stays
that.
away from the tables.
He also has a drinking problem. I don't know if
I don't know if it's a problem. He does drink. I mean, he's in his 70s. I saw him.
Is he in his 70s?
I think he is now.
No.
He's been around 30 years. What was he, 10 when he started? He's getting up there.
I would guess.
I'd guess 62, 63.
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
early
started hearing him in the 70s. So 75 is like when Philosophical Bullshit came out. 35 years ago.
Yeah. So if
he might have been 23 or 24.
Okay.
So 35, 45, 55. He could be 68 years old.
I apologize.
You know the deal with Valby, right?
60?
No, I don't.
That Ron is the guy that writes a lot of that
I do
shit?
know that. I do. He's the Wizard of Oz.
He travels with Ron. This guy, Ron. Valby's very talented. Don't get me wrong here whatsoever.
Without
but
Valby.
Ron writes a majority of the material, but never had a desire to go on stage.
He doesn't have the ability to get in front of an audience. He needs Valby.
He's petrified to be in front of an audience.
Yeah.
He barely says hi to anybody. He usually sells Valby's T-shirts like he's just a schmuck. Like Valby's helping out this schmuck, but it's Ron who is the brains behind the operation.
How were you able to get that information out of them? Because they're kind of quiet about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I don't think.
I've talked to Ron many times. He's the greatest guy. He just sits back and smokes those big, huge cigars.
Yep.
And Valby goes on and just
I've had some
fucking
good talks with him on the road.
And he'll be in the van, that shitty van that they've had for 30 years.
Yeah.
They haven't even upgraded their transportation. And sometimes, because I've seen Valby so much, I'll hang with Ron a little bit and see what he's up to. And he's like, he's working on a new song on a napkin or something.
Very current events, very up to date.
Very always new shit, man.
It's
And
amazing.
Valby, his brilliance is the fact that he's an amazing piano player.
And he
classically trained, like we've exploited on our show.
And he'll drink 8 shots, big shots of tequila, and still do a great 2-hour show, and then drive for 15 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
amazing,
he drives
amazing road warrior.
Yeah,
he is, right?
Yeah.
He'll drive back to Buffalo every Sunday morning because he wants to watch football.
From France, he'll drive
wherever.
back. Yeah.
I saw
know.
him at Governor's, and it was a horrendous. God, these are. I'm sorry for telling the same story too much, but Valby was at Governor's. It was snowing like a motherfucker. And I mean, no one was really. Everyone was worried to drive to the next town to get home.
Yeah.
And there's Ron, like, yeah, we're heading back to Buffalo. I'm like, now? He goes, yep.
Yeah.
We've done this a million fucking times.
He don't give a shit.
Why doesn't he stay over?
With no 4-wheel drive, just a shitty van that from like Scooby Doo type of van.
That's true.
Like a Volkswagen bus or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his hurry to get back to Buffalo, one of the most depressed cities in the world?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That van slips and slides so much, you'd think it was like on some linoleum when it drives.
Valby is 65 or 64 years old, depending on which listener you want to believe today.
Oh, okay.
So all right.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that he was in his 70s.
Oh, he'll perform in his 70s, no problem.
Yeah.
And he'll still kill.
Yeah.
So, all right, Otto. We're going to take a break. We'll continue, get into the Octomom thing and some other shit that's happening in the news today. Stay there. All right, it's me and Jim Norton today. Anthony out sick. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. We got Otto
Anthony
Peterson.
How many days has Anthony missed in his entire career? Not many, right?
Well, it depends on what you mean by miss. Something's going around, though. You know, fucking Sam is sick. Travis was sick.
Wow.
You had your Boca Burger incident?
Oh, yeah, I was out. Yes, I'm never out sick.
Food poisoning?
It was a very mild case, but I felt like I was going to vomit for 3 hours before I came in. It was
Boca
horrible.
burger?
It's like a meatless burger.
Yeah, I know what it is.
But
You've had
it was
Boca
2
burgers?
years expired.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't eat that shit.
Why not?
You don't
Boca
know.
burger.
Do you eat healthy ever, Otto?
I eat healthy, yeah. Salads, vegetables. I like fruit a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
Too much sugar, though, but I love fruit, too.
It's bad? Sugar's no good?
It seems like
Yeah, it's
everything's
too much
bad
sugar.
for you.
Oh.
The fuck knows. Iraq's got something for us to play today. This is awesome. I was just doing a live read. I don't know. Some people probably tune out during the commercials. Let's be honest with each other. But so maybe people didn't hear what happened.
What?
But I was in the middle. I was in the middle of doing a live read, and Otto brought to my attention the time he basically blew up one of our sponsors when we were working at WNEW. There was a project called Mujan, I think, and it was a hair removal thing. Hair removal product. And Otto was in that day and just fucking blew up the spot. And Iraq found the audio. It's 4 minutes long. This is something we haven't played. I don't know the last time we played this. And keep in mind, this was on regular radio. Mm-hmm. Regular fucking radio.
Terrestrial.
Terrestrial.
Uh-oh, I hope we have...
So Anthony starts the live read for Mujan, this hair removal thing. And And Otto gets involved.
Uh-oh, I hope we have a lot of delay for this commercial.
Anthony?
Yes.
Moujan. You want to explain to George the puppet what Moujan is?
Moujan is a wonderful way for women to get rid of unwanted body hair. Bikini line, legs, even mustaches, facial hair that girls might have. And it's so much better than shaving.
Nipple hair, whatever it is.
It leaves the body very smooth. Moujan.
Is that like electrolysis?
No, it's a strip that comes in a...
So far, so good.
Yeah, good question.
Good question, but
Responsible Otto asking a helpful question.
Yeah, really? I think he's trying to set up a line.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
With Moujan.
Is that like electrolysis?
No, it's a strip that comes in a package, the Moujan 2000. You press it on and peel it off, and completely smooth. Wonderful, smooth, sexy skin.
The name is smooth. It's basically yanking pubic hairs out by the root. Moujan. Should be called...
You know, we just spoke at the people from Moujan.
Yeah. Now, this is old school Anthony, like, still giving a shit about the sponsors and stuff, so he's trying to save the sponsorship right here. Well, we talked to the fine people from Moujan.
Just spoke at the people from Moujan.
Yeah.
We had a demonstration in our office. It is quick, painful, and completely removes hair.
Do you have a hairy Knish? Try Moujan. Here's you. I hope the bastard appreciates this. Yanking my hairs out by the root, so I look good in a sundress. Ugh. It should be called
Yankee? Wait, that line has to be on the radio.
Oh, it's great.
Thank you.
It's easy. Peel, press it off, press it on and pull it off. Unwanted hair, gone.
almost painless.
No.
Anthony said painful, by the way.
Huh?
If you go, Anthony said painful. It's a painful. He was reading it.
How long ago?
A couple minutes ago.
A couple minutes ago or a couple seconds ago?
Maybe a minute ago. He meant to say
right.
painful.
I was going to
Painless.
try to find it again. All right, screw that.
No.
Except for the part where you go,
No unpleasant odors or chemicals to irritate the skin. Moujan gentle, has botanicals, hypoallergenic, removes hair completely. It's slow to grow back. Lighter, thinner, skin is softer, sexier than before. Moujan. It's wonderful.
You always throw that aloe in there. There's aloe in there. What does that do? I'm bleeding now. Take me to a hospital. There's aloe in there.
There'll be no blood from Moujan. It's wonderful. It's so gentle. We saw a demonstration. The hair comes off. You don't even feel it.
I know it's binding at this point.
It's the most desirable way to remove hair.
You know what else is good? Closing a storm window on your testicle is also good. You know, for the hot weather. All right. Just drop a storm window on your tea bag. There's aloe in that window. You want some aloe for your testicle?
Moujan, the most comfortable way to remove hair at home. Why pay those salon prices? Moujan removes hair completely. If you don't see Moujan, go to the store manager and say, hey, my girl's got a poodle in her lap. I need Moujan.
And I got actual audio of a girl.
Yes?
After she, waxed her hair.
Okay, let's hear.
What the fuck does that mean?
I guess you've been playing it all day.
Oh. What the fuck does that mean? Didn't need that.
See? It's so smooth. She's so sexy. She doesn't even need a brain anymore. It's amazing. So to get hair off of that...
Well, no one even heard this spot, but it's hilarious. I don't even give a crap. 10 people on hold are enjoying this.
Yeah, they hear the unedited version.
Oh, yeah.
God, am I stupid?
Not anymore, Otto.
There's aloe in there.
Thanks for asking ahead of
If you
time.
get hit by a truck that's carrying aloe, does it still hurt?
Ponder that one for a while. Moujon, the best way to remove that unwanted body hair.
All right.
Ask for it at a cosmetics store near you.
Oh, there you go. Funny. That goes back, God.
Toppled yet
8
another
years,
empire.
9 years, easy. Huh?
I've toppled yet another empire.
Yeah. A lot of people say that my voice is a lot different, but man, Ant's voice is pretty different too.
Yeah, it is.
From back in the NEW days. The worst sponsor we ever had was Tim Sabian's friend, though.
What was that?
Tim Sabian, who, he works here at Sirius XM, an old friend of ours. He works for Howard full time now. He comes to us one day and he's like, my buddy starting a company, and he's got I think it was $200,000 he wanted to spend on advertising on our show alone. I forgot the name of the product, but basically he really thought this was going to take over. It was a product where guys' sperm would taste good.
Oh, right.
Wow.
And they bragged that you can make your fucking sperm taste like green apple, I think.
With cherries and strawberry, whatever it was.
Whatever the fuck. I forgot
bizarre.
the name of the product.
Wow.
It was such horseshit. We just took his friend's money.
Wow, is that bizarre?
What guy would give a shit? First of
Exactly.
all.
I want it to taste horrible. Like feet.
What was the name of it, Danny?
It's called Sweet Release.
Sweet Release. There you go.
What did it do to make your cums taste
I
good?
don't know. It was some sham, obviously. Some sham.
I want my cum to taste like really unpleasant.
Why?
It's the punishment element, perhaps. There has to be some sort of a penalty for them sucking my dick. So wrong.
Yeah, Sweet Relations coming in. Yeah, we got the answer. So thanks for that, Otto. You reminded us of the Moujon live read that you blew up.
That was fun.
Huh?
That was fun.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Aloe.
It's got aloe in it?
Yeah. Was there immediately trouble after that read? Did they call up and
honestly,
cancel?
I don't remember anymore. I would imagine they spun it where, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, it's talking about it.
Yeah, people are talking about it,
Yeah, it's a humorous show. You gotta have a humorous read on a commercial. Yeah, fuck it.
Jim Brewer's razor board scooter fucking live read is one for the ages too. I don't know if we have that one, but that was a classic.
What is it with these comics who have a baby and then their whole act becomes about rearing fucking children? Can't stand that.
Who's doing that?
Brewer.
Oh, Brewer's
A lot
doing
of
it?
guys do that. It's like not
I guess
everybody's life experiences would involve babies.
I guess you talk about what you know.
Yes.
I'm having a kid soon, and I'm very aware that maybe a little of that will be okay on the show, but not a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know?
You talk about whatever was going on in your life, really. If Brewer's just got kids, I mean, it's like, I guess it's probably that's a big part of your day. It's what else are you going to talk about?
Not that he needs to be defended or anything, but I think Brewer... And I was just talking to Jay Moore, actually, a couple days ago. I gave him a little call about some things, and he's writing a book about being a parent. Those are the type of guys... No, I'm not... Those are the type of guys I wouldn't mind, because they're going to have a different spin on it and different angle on it. There's a lot of...
does not have to be autobiographical. Was any one of Rodney Dangerfield's jokes true? They weren't... There was no Dr. Vinny Boombots didn't exist. Right. It doesn't have to be autobiographical.
Well, you're observing some of the shit, and, and then you add it to your act, I guess.
It can be, though. It depends on who you are. Yeah, my stuff's pretty autobiographical. Not all of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah, you're speaking for yourself. You don't need to do that because your act is very unique and different, right?
A cock.
What do you talk about in your act? What do you talk about in your act lately? Any current events?
Let's sit down and talk about it. Well, I have Obama stuff, but so my approach is always the guttural level. I don't have as much information as I should.
But you don't need that either.
No, I just attack him on...
Why should you have it?
Racial grounds?
Racial grounds, the sound of his name being funny, him not being black enough, I'd go that route. I remember you were talking about Bill Maher. I did a gig years ago with Bill Maher at a place called Betty's Fireside in Denville, New Jersey. It was a horseshoe-shaped bar, and the comedians were behind the bottles and the bartender and performing, and we called it Thunderdome. It was the worst audience in the world. It was
How could it be
600
good?
hecklers.
Were there TVs in front of you too?
It was an awful. But if they
by the
liked
time I did Betty's, it was okay. Like, I didn't do it in the days Otto's talking
Wait, so
about.
it sounds like an old like strip club where the
Just a
dancers
terrible
kind of
bar.
right
They
behind the.
came there to send comedians back to New York in tears. Yeah, and I remember Bill Maher lasted maybe 5 minutes and went, I don't need this fucking shit, and threw the mic down, didn't got in his car and left.
How'd you do there?
I was one of their gods. If they liked you, you were a god. But it was like, there was, I was one of the comics from Pips in Brooklyn, and then all these guys at the Improv were like, oh, he's a Pips act, he's probably just talks about his dick. And those guys were always afraid to play Pips, because that audience would let you know if you sucked, if you were lame. You know, if you were too wordy or too erudite, they would let you know, man.
Who played at Pips at the time?
Well,
With
Brenner,
you?
Dice.
Really?
Well, no, not Brenner, but Brenner came back later because he was friends with the owner. Let's see, Dice Clay, Richie Triola, John Mulrooney, Rich Jenny.
Oh, Jenny was from Pips, too?
Great acts. Yeah, great.
How's Triola doing, man? Richie Triola's a guy I remember from when I was coming up. He was a nice dude. Is he still doing gigs?
He's doing good, yeah. He
Good.
does music, too. He sings and stuff.
Oh, right.
He's a pisser.
John Mulrooney, I think I remember him. I think I might have interviewed him out in L.A. Did he move to L.A.? This would be about 15 years ago. When me and Aunt just started working together, they flew us out to L.A. And I think one of the guys we interviewed that day was Mulrooney. But he looked like he was down on his luck a little bit, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy.
He's had a lot of highs and lows. He was he hosted a show called Stand Up Comedy Tonight, one of the first stand-up shows out there. And then he used to he was one of the guys being considered to replace Leno or Carson or somebody.
Wow.
He had a show around the time Arsenio was on. He was being groomed, but he had a bad temper, and I heard he pulled some shit.
Oh, did he?
Got angry. Pretty much blew his career up.
He's a funny dude, too, man. He's a real quick thinker.
Very
He's really
fast.
fast on his feet.
Real fast.
I watched him do a police benefit years ago at Rascals in New Jersey, where he just did a fucking hour on cops. Like a really funny hour on just cops. Just shitting on him. He loves cops. Yeah, his brother's a cop. He's a fucking funny guy, man.
Gun nut too. He used to shoot canned hams behind Pips in Brooklyn with fucking those fucking hollow point bullets and just blow the shit up
right behind Pips.
Yeah,
and no one had a problem.
Did not care with
That was-
cars going by.
Yeah, that was the good old days.
Yeah.
You could get away with some stuff.
Yeah.
As long as no one was getting hurt.
Yeah.
No one had to call the police.
Everybody always thought he was a gun nut, and he lived in L.A., but when the L.A. riots happened, I guess after the Rodney King verdict, people would come into his house
Looking for a gun or two?
Hey, man, I need just something to protect my family. He was handing out like trick-or-treaters. Here's a 38. Here, just take it. Handing out pistols to people.
That's good.
Suddenly he's not so crazy.
No.
Yeah.
All right. I saw that Jesse James there was on TV. So.
Yeah, well, Sandra Bullock is talking to divorce lawyers.
She's interviewing them. I guess you interviewed divorce lawyers?
She has a lot of money to protect. She was the highest paid actress last year. She has a lot of fucking money to protect. I'm sure he's got enough of his own, but he doesn't have anything like she has.
That thing is over, though, huh?
Oh, yeah. She's won an Oscar. It's humiliating.
Especially after that speech she said about now I know how it is for someone to have my back. Oof.
Yeah. With his big dick. With his big white dick.
He's got a big one, huh,
Yeah,
Jimmy?
that's what I hear. I respect that.
Yeah?
Sandra Bullock's husband, because he was cheating on her with this chick, and she was calling him the vanilla gorilla because he had a big dick.
You see the girl that he...
She's sexy.
No, I didn't see
Oh, let's ask Otto.
I love her.
I say she scares the shit out of me, and it's right in Jimmy's wheelhouse, as some people like to say.
Wheelhouse? What does that mean?
Meaning that's the type. Jimmy would go for this, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
She has a huge tattoo on her forehead.
Normally that's not my thing.
The girls that you have had as girlfriends have a certain look to them. There's a certain...
I never had tattooed chicks, but this one I just wouldn't mind smooching with.
Yeah, she's a Nazi enthusiast, it seems. She has white power shit.
That one?
Well, her the bangs are covering up the big forehead tattoo.
She's fucking scary.
But is she hot, Otto? That's what we're trying to figure out. Yeah, I don't think so.
Nah, she's been down too many dark alleys. This is a filthy pig with an agenda.
With an agenda. No, you wouldn't go there?
I'm afraid of her.
I'm afraid, too.
Yeah.
I have no problem admitting that.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck is that? There's too much tats.
I like a little feminine.
But she kept her boobs clean of tats, so that was nice of her.
Well, black hair and blue eyes is a cool look, and it's not that common. But this is a filthy pig.
She looks like she has a really nice face
Yeah.
when you take the forehead tattoo out of the equation. Danny, you in or out on this?
She got nice teeth.
It's a tough one. I mean, the tat. I don't mind the tat.
She's got a really
so
nice
much.
body.
The forehead tat kind of gets me a little like.
Yes,
I don't mind it on her. Normally, I wouldn't go for that.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that.
But then she's covering it with bangs. It's
well,
like you can't
now
even
I understand the forehead tattoo a little more if she can cover it up, because all the pictures I saw before these, it was just very prominent on her forehead.
Yeah.
But at least she figured it out ahead of time. Like, no, I could cover this up with some bang action.
So this is the one that busted up Sandra Bullock's marriage?
Yep. Why are you laughing?
No matter who who the woman is, some dirty skank, a guy will always want to. Let me see her. She has a great body. Some guy will always want to fuck a dirty skank with a deep ass crack.
Mm-hmm.
I like a deep ass crack. Like where you put your finger in, literally it disappears up to the knuckle before it hits the asshole. I love it. You like that? Deep fucking ass crack. A juicy, deep crack.
Why?
I don't know.
What is that about?
Great sermon, Father. See you next Sunday.
Yeah, really.
Just makes me happy.
So
There's something for the poor.
So that marriage is over. I guess that's all we have on that, really. Michael Jackson, wow. This doctor.
The news.
Supposedly the Michael Jackson doctor interrupted CPR to hide drugs or something.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
look at that girl's ass.
Ooh, Otto, you're turning, I think.
That doctor's going to be in deep trouble.
You think?
Yeah, he's in... I wouldn't go to that guy to get some medical services.
Otto, you're distracted by the tattoo girl. You're turning
Otto loves her.
right? You like it?
No, not really.
Otto wants to make love. You should make him a bath. What time does your wife get home? That's her?
Fuck, underarm tattoos. That's fucking gotta hurt.
I bet she has nice pit smell. I wouldn't mind smelling her pits.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like a good pit smell.
Why?
Why not? Question. It's natural. It's dirty. Like a good sweaty armpit. Lick it. Not hair. I really don't want hair on an armpit. I'll take a little on a girl. Like, not a girl I'm dating, though, but a strange chick, like a hippie chick, I'd lick her pits if they were nasty.
Mm-hmm. It's natural.
Of course.
Otto?
The Bronx Zoo smell. What, comment on her?
on the pit thing. Is that weird, too? Is that weird in your world?
She's just saying I'm dirty. You're not gonna have to marry me to get the beaver.
I want to see what her pussy looks like.
Big red beaver.
Yeah, you see that tattooed beaver.
Yeah. You like looking at other people's cards, dude. Yes.
You like looking at people's face tattoos, don't you? I wouldn't mind seeing her pussy. It's probably fat with a tat on it.
I don't think she has any of those yet, right? She has the
what
video.
Is she, an actress?
No.
She's a tattoo broad.
Oh.
She's a tattoo model.
Tattoo model.
Oh, is that
so? That's why all the tattoos. So
is that right?
That's right. The real Schindler's List. Going through some of the top stories today. Kind of a slow news day because everybody's talking about the healthcare thing. You got anything on the healthcare, Otto?
Material?
Not even material. Any thoughts?
Any thoughts? Any anecdotes, my friend?
Are you able to make heads or tails out of it?
If I get sick, Chips Cooney has to do the surgery.
Right. You don't have health insurance, do you?
No, but I'm planning on getting very ill. No.
That's good. Poor Chips Cooney.
No, poor Chips Cooney.
You're one of us, right? I mean, I've had health insurance for a little bit now, but for most of my career, I didn't have health insurance. They didn't give health insurance in radio.
Yeah.
Jimmy's loving that line.
Jimmy's laughing.
You don't have health insurance, Otto?
That's funny,
I
man.
do not.
Wow.
Should I?
Of course you should.
Well, I don't know. What do you do when you really get sick?
I'm just going to have them put me on the PATH train and I'll just fucking ride around and die. Spread the... I don't know. Now you got me worried. To me, it's always
I'm the one that got you worried?
To me, it's always as soon as you get the insurance, then you need it. Then you get sick.
Mm-hmm. So you don't want to know what's going on inside? You're better
I'm
that
healthy.
way.
I feel fine,
You're better that way. I'm sure there's a lot of people that said that. And
I
a week
haven't
later
had a
dropped.
hospital stay or any prolonged illness in my life. I've been good.
What was your worst injury?
I had a couple of years where I was pretty accident prone. I had broken rib, dislocated knee.
Jesus, how'd you do that?
The broken rib was falling off a sled and wrapping my torso around a stop sign.
Oh,
the torn.
Do you know the amount of money I'd spend for that video? To see you like falling off a sled and cracking a rib
and not be able to breathe or stand up properly.
That was rough because all you wanted to do was cough or sneeze without a stabbing pain. Every time you fucking coughed, it would be a stabbing pain. The rib was.
So don't cough.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah.
Oh, love to see that.
Yeah.
Just to see you tumbling off in your little parka, getting your fucking rib cracked.
So how'd you take care of that?
My mom, you know.
Oh, you wanted her insurance, right?
Yeah, at that time, yeah.
Yeah. All right. The real Schindler's List, Jimmy.
Yes.
On sale for $2.2 million.
Wow.
The only privately owned copy of Schindler's List of Jews to be saved from Hitler's concentration camp is up for grabs at $2.2 million.
There's no more copies that are existing?
I don't know. Did he make a lot of copies?
There's like 7.
There
was?
They didn't have copy machines then. There's only one copy.
No, there's 7.
There are?
They said they think 4 survived.
Why do they need 7 copies?
I guess they hand to different guards and Gestapo. Whoever would have them, or maybe Schindler had one, maybe he had one, maybe a bunch of them had one in case they needed it immediately. He couldn't contact anybody. It's like, here's the list.
We were talking about memorabilia before the show when this article hit this morning, as we're trying to figure out what to do today, and kind of making it up as we go along. And I was telling Jimmy I have a Derek Jeter autographed picture, but because I keep my shades up in my apartment, it gets a lot of fucking sun. I just realized yesterday that my autograph is basically completely gone.
Really?
Put it behind museum
From the
glass.
sun?
I guess.
That stinks.
It looked like a very impressive autograph, and now you could barely make it out.
Oh,
it's a piece of shit now. It's worth nothing to me. I know it's worth nothing in general.
You could get him to sign something else.
Oh, really? Derek Jeter?
Yeah, why not?
Actually, I got a signed baseball from him, too.
Yeah, me too.
With my name on it, because I'm like, fuck, if the name wasn't on it, I could really make some fucking
I don't
money
think they're
off
worth
this.
that much. I mean, it's like, what are you going to pay? Like, Pete Rose will sign for $50.
Yeah.
It's like, no one cares about that
What's the most
shit.
valuable thing you own? Memorabilia-wise, you save any of that shit, or?
Well, I have a good knucklehead ventriloquist doll from 1966 in mint condition, and that's the holy grail of these puppets because they didn't make a lot. They made a lot of.
What's
Jerry
a knucklehead
Mahoney's.
puppet? I don't even know.
He was the second character. He had Jerry Mahoney, and then he had Knucklehead, which was the dumber character, and he was my favorite vent character ever.
Mm-hmm.
How much is it worth?
On the internet, I could probably get about $1,000, $2,000 maybe for it, but it's worth it. I mean, when I pick it up and look at it, I feel like I'm 7 years old again.
How much could I buy it from you for?
I'm not looking to sell it.
Let's just say I wanted to give you double what it was worth, and then smash it happily in front of you.
But he feels like a 7-year-old kid when
That's the
when he
beauty
picks
of
it
it.
up.
You know how good that would look being a fucking baseball bat hitting that little jacket?
I don't know.
That's Knucklehead.
Now we got to be honest with each other because actually Jay Moore called the show the other day and was talking about you.
Yeah.
He says one of the creepiest things he ever saw was at NEW. You were having a conversation with us and George was reading the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Like George was like his eyes were going back and forth and he was scanning the newspaper as you were having a conversation. And Jay said that was one of the weirdest fucking things he ever saw.
What's the question?
Well, the question is this. With this doll, Knucklehead, sorry, and you don't want to be called dolls, right?
No, I don't give
That's
a
bad,
fuck.
probably.
I
apologize.
I'm not sensitive like that.
you take this stuff very seriously.
No, I don't. I'm not at all one of those neurotics.
Have you ever done anything with this? Like
sexually?
Not sexually. Like do a little act with them.
Yeah, I started out with a Jerry Mahoney doll, like every other kid.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
But do you use this Knucklehead doll at home? Just fool around with it and do a little voice thing?
No, I don't. He's in a trunk in my attic.
You don't take him out?
I don't. Well, yeah, I
Come
do.
on,
I do.
you take him out.
I take him out and air him out and look at him. Yeah.
Oh, would
But do you
Knucklehead
do-
look great? Knucklehead would look so good flying out of a 10th-story window.
Leave Knucklehead.
Yeah, well,
Dump truck or a garbage truck runs right over him.
he really likes Knucklehead.
I know
Jimmy.
he does.
Paul Winchell changed my life. That dude, his TV show. His puppets had moving hands. It took 2 people to work Knucklehead or Jerry. And so Knucklehead was able to answer a phone or hit you with a pie or, move stuff around.
Knucklehead would throw pies?
Well, yeah, his Winchell's dolls had a human being's hands through the sleeves.
Oh.
It was brilliant.
How big is it?
Wait, what do you mean? Like an actual human being? So where's that guy?
No, I'm saying one guy would work the mouth and the eyes,
Yeah, and then
there was another person that somehow would sit behind the doll, and his hands were Knucklehead's arms and hands were hollow sleeves with gloves on the end. So that was his genius. That the puppet was more animated.
So how big is this Knucklehead?
That one, maybe like that.
3 feet, 2 feet.
Yeah,
2 feet.
smaller. Knucklehead is a smaller.
What do you say when you have Knucklehead? What do you say? Do you make him talk?
That's what I want to know. I think he makes him talk.
I know he
Mr.
does.
Winkle, Mr. Winkle. He had a voice like that. Mr. Winkle. That's what he would call Paul Winchell.
Otto, do you make Knucklehead talk? Jimmy wants to know, and I want to know.
I could. I'll bring him in next time.
But you do, though?
Yeah.
Just by yourself?
What you're trying to find out is that do I have any?
We want to know the creep
nobody
factor.
else is around. Do I interact with George
yes.
or any of my dolls?
Well, George, I would understand because it's your act and you're working on stuff constantly. But I'm just wondering, you know, if you're making Knucklehead talk.
Only when I was a kid and I was trying to get the act right, I would work in front of a mirror. But not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No. Now I have a lot of mental illness and stuff, but no, it's not connected to my profession. You know, I don't think George is real. I'm
not saying that either. He gets very defensive, Jimmy.
No, but he can always.
I don't think.
I like people to think that there's a madness.
I'm not even trying to say that you have a mental illness if you make Knucklehead talk.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because of the excitement of the whole thing and it brings you back to being a kid when you saw Knucklehead, and you have that talent that I'm wondering if you just said, you know what the fuck, I want to fucking make Knucklehead talk and do a little something.
Probably the reason I'm not
myself.
more successful and famous is that I don't go to the extreme that a Jim Henson was a guy that would never admit that Kermit was anything but a real creature, you know.
I do hope you go as far as Jim Henson in your personal life, and I hope your health takes the same turn that Jim Henson did.
It's cruel.
Yeah. All right.
But also Jim Henson's nonsense appeal to kids, those dumb Muppets.
He created an entire universe with his imagination. I mean, he was a great genius.
He really was.
Yeah.
But to think that Kermit was, real.
But if you worked for the Henson organization, you had to react to Kermit. If he pulled Kermit out, I heard he would bring Kermit out from behind the desk. Hey, hello. And then if you didn't react like it was a real entity, you couldn't work for his organization because you did not get what he was all about.
Expecting everybody to fucking kowtow to his whimsy.
I know.
And pander to his fucking childlike annoyances.
Yeah.
With a sock on his hand.
You think that would be bad, Jimmy?
Yeah.
It'd be awful. I'd be like, get the sock off your hand, fruit. I'm trying to ask you something.
Really? Let's go to Rich in Atlanta. Rich?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, Rich.
So I was in San Diego this summer, apparently when all this stuff was going on with Jesse James and this girl. And my buddies and I went to a strip club down there. I can't remember if it was called Pure Platinum or Platinum Plus. And we actually saw that girl dance up there and talked to her for half an hour.
Did she dance?
Yeah, she dances. My friends and I were making jokes last week that, we thought, hey, this is the girl we saw, and none of us really believed it. But over the weekend, I was reading TMZ, and they actually had footage of her dancing up on TMZ, and they named the club, and it was the club we were at.
Was she nice?
Yeah, she was really nice, and she actually looked, pretty hot in person. Some of the pictures they have up there make her look, a little severe in the face, but she was actually really hot, and, it was really cool. And, all weekend we kept referring to her as Kat Von D just because of the way she looks with all the tattoos.
Well, that's our reference point. When you see a girl with a lot of tattoos, you think Kat Von D. That fucking LA Ink show is so addicting. I don't even know why, but I watch.
I'm getting a tattoo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you going to get, Black Sabbath?
No.
What's your tattoo going to be, Jimmy?
I'm getting the Yeti running across my chest. Across my tits like they're two snow mountains.
Are you still suffering from your Boca burger?
I am.
A little bit.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Rich. I appreciate the phone call there. We're going to move on to Coke Logic out of Chicago. Coke Logic.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, brother?
Hey, Otto.
Yeah.
You seem to have a deep history of and knowledge of ventriloquist and stuff like that.
Somewhat.
And, when did you take the act dirty? And when was like the first time you had a puppet say cunt?
To get decent spots in the showcase clubs of New York, you had to make the comedians laugh and like what you do rather than be a hack. You know, they would just call me a boat act. Oh, this fucking guy with the puppets back, he's a boat act. He goes on last. But then, you know, if I did something jaded enough to make the comedians laugh, then I was one of them. And then, you know, and then when my taste in stand-up was more towards the graphic side, so that's about it.
Yeah, you made it your own.
Yeah, it was
first time I saw you, I was like, what the fuck is this guy about? Way before you did our show.
Yeah.
I knew about you for many, many years.
Yeah.
Fast Eddie's and all that crap.
Yeah. Fast Eddie.
Yeah. Good old Fast Eddie.
Yeah.
His
I was always
horrendous
I was always
toupee.
very floored by, I was like, oh, fuck, the puppet's cursing. This is very bizarre.
Yeah.
Very revolutionary.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I did a lot of gigs with Otto coming up, man. At least spent a lot of time on the road together.
Yeah.
Fucking Buffalo, long drives together in fucking Lancaster, Pennsylvania, all over the place.
You guys drove to Buffalo together?
Oh, a
yeah.
few times.
That's a brutal ride.
Yeah.
I know.
Forever.
I used to live up there. I've done that ride a million fucking times.
Forever. You're in the car for 3 hours. You still have 5 hours more.
Yeah.
In the
Yep.
car.
It'd be me and Otto in the back, and the little wooden guy to be driving.
Yeah.
Let George drive. Let George have the mirror. We used to have fun on the road, though, man.
Yeah.
He was always enjoyable. We met these girls one time in Delaware. Remember the girls we met in Delaware? Yeah. And Otto made me laugh so hard because I forget their names, but I was fooling around with one, and Otto was fooling around. And the girl was saying that her grandfather had committed suicide by leaping out a window, and she was depressed. So a few minutes later, we're in the kitchen, and there's a picture of the grandfather on the refrigerator with a magnet. And Otto goes, "Is this the one who tossed himself out the window?" we laughed for probably 15 minutes at her dead grandfather's picture. It was it's one of the funniest things I've ever had happen.
Was that not sensitive the way I phrased that?
No, because you looked at it, and of course you were saying it to make me laugh, and I fucking howled, and one of the girls laughed, and the one was like, she knew it was funny, but it's the one who tossed himself out the window.
Wow.
It was so completely uncalled for. Tossed himself out the window. Indeed it was.
Did we bang them?
No, we fooled around.
Did you guys bang broads together?
No, we fooled around.
I know Jimmy and Voss had a nice run over the years.
We fooled around in the pool with these girls.
Yeah.
And
just like Jersey Shore?
Not quite as sexy. I was bumping and grinding all over mine. And I guess Otto and his date weren't doing as well. Because Otto looked at us and he goes, "These two are like Melrose Place. We're like Meet the Press."
I remember, it was daylight when we drove back there. I remember that. I was having more fun with you than with the girls. Just making you laugh was more fun.
That was a lot of fun, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was daylight. We met these girls in Delaware and fucking hooked up with them.
Really, the laughs are more important than a piece. You know, some girl trying to gnaw on your dick. It's annoying. You just want to laugh the night away.
I went down and saw her alone after that. Just didn't have the same spark.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, she wanted nothing to do with me.
Oh, yeah.
My big pants, my fucking open mic, 15 minutes. She wanted no part of me.
Really?
What we doing? Yeah, I was just a dud.
I remember you used to be so into the ball games we almost had to pull you away from the bar a couple of times when it was time for you to perform.
Oh yeah, the Yankee World Series. Otto was staying at my house.
Yeah.
My parents' house. So the Yankees won the series in '96.
Yeah.
It was we were doing a gig together in Game 6 or whatever it was when Leyritz hit that big home run. No, in Game 3 when Leyritz hit that big home run.
Sure.
And then in the next, whatever game it was, it might have been that game where Wade Boggs walked. We were listening to the whole, in the car on the way home. And then he was at my parents' house in that fucking, that game. So whenever I see that World Series footage, I think of you, because he was at my parents' house.
Now I know who Chuck McNally is.
Yeah, he's got a bent dick and a weird fucking shit.
Yeah, I know that.
How do you know he has a bent dick?
Why is he on the show?
He's friends with Florentine.
Oh, he is? Okay. I got it now.
Why, is that a bad booking?
No, he's good.
Why would Otto ask that?
I don't know. To me, the more people you put on, the more diluted it becomes. I like the idea of me, Florentine, and Norton as just a great
And that's
show.
it.
But
That would be a huge show.
Us, like, he knows we're not getting paid, so he's like, you don't have to do as much time. But, I was going to treat it like a paid job and just go up and crush.
And you will crush. That's what, tomorrow night, Stress Factory? Kenny, you want to do the big plug for this scam of a fucking
Any
charity?
tickets left, Kenny?
Yeah, a few tickets. It's going to sell out. So
it'll sell
all
out.
kidding aside, the cause is horrendous, but I mean, it's a great night out, and you're going to laugh a lot with these guys. Kenny?
Yeah, it's going to be a great night of comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you going to close the show?
You want me to close?
Would you like to? Would you do that honor?
All right. It's going to be hard following Norton, but I guess.
I think I'm hosting.
Oh, you are? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll close. No problem.
Yeah. Jim is the host.
Let these other lug nuts go up and warm up for me. Yeah.
You got Lenny Marcus.
There's no way I'm going on after Otto. It's not happening. Otto. I'm behind a lot of the genius you're seeing.
My friend Roger, yeah.
All right, well, Stress Factory tomorrow, Vinny's Club.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing a
Brunswick,
gig
New Jersey.
together.
Where's Vinny been?
I don't know.
Skiing or
He was
something,
in
I heard?
Utah skiing last
Did he break his
week.
femur,
Uphill or
hopefully?
down?
The power was out at his club last week in the bad floods and the storm in
The what?
Jersey. The power.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard it too, Jimmy.
you said the power was.
The power.
Can you rewind that, Travis?
The power.
How did Kenny just say the power was out? Like it was like 30 seconds ago.
And Jay Moore swears he just doesn't have that Buddy Hackett footage.
It's a shame.
We got to
Thanks for trying,
We
Jay.
did get to the bottom of it, and he swears.
It's a shame.
So
I would love to have seen that.
no kidding, man. That's a biggie.
Yeah.
Good old. We got that, Travis. Oh, Travis is still going backwards.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
All right, let's hear it. Skiing or
He was
something,
in
I heard?
Utah skiing last
Did he break his
week.
femur,
Uphill or
hopefully?
down?
The power was out at his club
Power
last
was out. How did you use the power was out?
Kenny's tired.
It's all good.
His fucking basement got destroyed in that flood, so he's
Really?
he's
Did you
not
lose
happy.
a lot of important stuff?
I saved old Jimmy's merchandise.
Oh, yeah? That's what it
I'm
was?
sure your wife was happy about that. Screw the wedding stuff and the photo albums when the kids were like 2.
I was actually in Chicago with Jimmy. Thank God my son was home visiting from the military.
So he saved some stuff?
He carried everything upstairs, yeah.
Good.
But that was like the makeout room he made for his own kids.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the shag carpet and fucking some couch that he found on the side of the road. And
I bought that.
oh, you did?
Yeah, what do you think my name is you?
Ooh, that hurt.
That was painful.
Ouch.
Why did you find a couch and use it?
Oh, many times.
Don't you try
Not
and
recently,
discourage your
but-
kids from going into the military at all?
No.
You know?
No, it's a very honorable thing.
I know, you're patriotic and all that, but what, you don't want them to be the ones, right?
Well, I don't want them to be bullet catchers, but, you know, they got to do what they got to do.
Do you think this is a just war? I mean, should we be over there at all?
No, I can't understand why we didn't get Bin Laden by now.
Yeah.
I'd like to go over there and get him myself.
There's probably reasons why we didn't get him.
Yeah. I think some people have the theory it would be worse in the world if we got him.
It is kind of strange that we haven't gotten him.
Yeah, well, there's one guy in a cave somewhere. I mean, you know, and they've gotten al-Zarqawi, who's a $25 million reward on his head. But Bin Laden and al-Zawahiri, the top 2 at Al-Qaeda, the people surrounding them, they're so insulated. And it's like they're surrounded by people who really probably can't be bought. Someday they'll get them through a bodyguard or somebody will give them up like they did al-Zarqawi. That's how they got him, because somebody for the $25 million U.S. reward. But with that kind of money on his head, they still can't get Bin Laden.
They gotta know where he is. They gotta.
Kill all his family members.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against that either. I don't even think he'd care, though. He'd look at them as martyrs.
No.
He would just look at them as martyrs. He would never step out because his family's been killed.
He's got like 25 kids or something.
Yeah, exactly. Was he going to miss 8? He probably doesn't talk to him anymore. Nobody can get to him, but somebody knows.
You don't think he goes to their Little League games?
They just got to start bombing those villages in Pakistan.
You don't think he's a good father?
No, I don't think he shows up. He just leaves by the 3rd inning.
Doesn't go to any birthday parties?
No, the entire Western civilization is looking for him.
So he can't show up when they bring a pony to a birthday party?
No.
I
think that they'll eventually, somebody close to him will turn him in eventually.
Really?
Sure, somebody will do it for the money. They'll get tired of him. Or they'll know he's sick and dying, and they'll get tired of running, and they'll want that money. Or they'll, whatever. Somebody will fuck somebody's wife. Something will happen.
Kenny, you want us to fund the trip to Pakistan for you so you could go find Obama?
Yeah, I'm a good manhunter.
Yeah.
You want to send Kenny to Pakistan, Jimmy?
Yes, for a lot of reasons. I want to send Kenny to Karachi with a fucking yarmulke. Good luck. Go find him. All right, I love Kenny to catch a good fucking beheading, straighten him right out. Have to hold that tiny head and slice through it. It's an easy job.
Is it that he has a tiny head, or the rest of his body's just enormous?
It's a combination of both. Yeah, but it really does taper off.
Tapers off.
Yeah, tapers off into a great disappointment.
I got a very small head and very little brains in there.
Yeah,
but you got a terrific haircut.
Yeah, I like this haircut.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Do you go to a cop barber or a regular?
No, like a little old Italian guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a special. It's an unspoken thing. Kenny will keep his elbows on the chair, and the guy will rub his turgid cock against Kenny's elbow and arm while he cuts his hair. He'll rub his fucking old world turgid cock on Kenneth's forearm.
Yeah.
I locked a guy up once that was doing that, gay barber.
Yeah?
What?
Where?
Yeah.
You locked him up?
Wait, what was going on? What Jimmy described?
Yeah. Well, first of all, when you came in there, he would insist that you read like a Playboy or Penthouse magazine.
Oh.
And usually when you're sitting in a barber chair, like you have it in your lap, and like he would point at the pictures. But while he was pointing, he would press down on the picture to poke your cock. Right? And then while he's cutting your hair and your hands are on the armrest, your elbows, he would rub up against you.
Was he big and fat?
Yeah.
I had a big fat guy that used to do that too, I think. He would have sweatsuits at his barbershop that you could buy.
And the goal was to get you in the bathroom and he would blow you.
Really?
Oh, I never got that far.
So you arrested him on what charge?
Yeah.
Did you have to get a blowjob before you arrested him?
It wasn't me.
What did you charge him with?
It was a sexual assault.
Sexual assault?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's pointing at somebody's weenie?
Hey, by the way, I got excited because all the phones were ringing. I'm like, God, we must be talking about something that's so cool that people need to discuss. But no, they have to all point out that I said Obama instead of Osama.
Oh, that's all right.
Same difference.
So, yeah, we're not sending Kenny to Pakistan to find Obama. That would be Osama.
If he was lost, I'm sure Kenny would be willing to go find our president.
All right, Kenny, thank you. Otto, thank you.
As Tevye, Kenny, as Club Soda Kenny, as Tevye.
Yeah.
That's a weird one that you got involved with.
What?
The fucking barber guy. That's a weird one.
For the goof.
Did you have to go in there and have
That's
him
what I'm
actually
saying.
do that to
Touch
you
your
and then
penis
you
or anything?
stand up with the badge?
No, so we no.
Yeah, how did you get him? Someone had to go in and go just far enough. To
Kenny
have
was never good at undercover work. He would always come in his pants too fast when the older man would poke it.
Yeah, that's a very good question, Otto.
Yeah.
No, we had a young, very young looking young man.
But how far did he have to go with the barber?
Well,
you
you're
knew
not
you had.
you're
I
not
understand, but let's say you're just saying this for the radio.
You're not supposed to, once they do the overt act, you're not supposed to go through with it. But
did the guy?
Yeah. And then this undercover guy, too.
He's getting happy. This is never good.
Another job we had, there was some perverted guy used to call the payphone by the high school.
Right.
And, and want to pick up the high school boys and everything like that.
Wow.
So we sent this undercover, to over by the payphone. He used to call after school in the afternoons and talk to the guy, and we set it up that we were going to, he was going to cut school. He was pretending like he was a student.
Did that ever work? Did the guy ever just call a phone and get a high school student over and suck his dick?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Who would just go get their dick sucked? I guess that's a silly question.
Yeah. So we set it up. He was going to cut school. He was going to meet him the next morning at the bowling alley. And, we had the surveillance van that had the camera with the periscope and everything like that.
An actual periscope, old school?
Yeah, we were following the guy.
Yeah.
And he was
not too obvious.
They were going to drive into a park and I guess take care of their business there. So we stopped them as soon as they went in the park. And I'll never forget, I ran up to the car you know, and you know, shit'ems usually, they don't lock their doors, they don't wear seatbelts, but this guy was like an older gentleman. So I went to rip him out of the car. The door was locked, so I couldn't even get the door open. I'm yelling at him.
Shit'ems.
And then, like, I tried to grab, he's got his seatbelt on. He had to take his seatbelt off. And then, you know, I grabbed him, I threw him on the ground. He had his Bible between his legs, because he told me later on he was trying to resist the temptation.
Oh, man.
And then my boss was smart enough to know when to turn the camera off. Right before he's going like, oh, why are you locking me up? And I go, because you're a fucking chicken hawk.
Is that, so the camera went off and then you applied a vicious beating?
You got me confused with somebody else.
Oh, okay.
I'm very professional.
He fell down.
There's a guy wants to know what year.
Chicken hawk.
Wants to know what year this was. Anthony in Jersey.
Chicken.
Anthony.
Hey, Kenny, was this like 96, 97, late 90s?
Say that again?
Was this 96 or 97 around there?
Why you
The
asking?
barber?
Because I think I used to go to this guy. He pulled the same shit with me, but he wanted to show me shit in the back, and I was like, nah, I gotta go. You know, he told me about people he used to, hang out with and date and shit, and down the valley.
So what, do you regret it now?
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, I kind of wish I took him up on the offer, but...
Well, more importantly, did he give a good haircut?
It was all right.
He'll do anything to get a good haircut.
I'll make you cry.
Yeah, big fat fingers, though.
Big fat fingers.
Yeah.
This is good for rubbing your balls.
Yeah. All right, Anthony.
You like a man with fat fingers to cup your balls with saliva.
Kenny, you don't want to comment where it was or anything?
Big fat
Probably
finger,
not, right?
man. Rubbing your balls and taint. Big fat gentle fingers.
All right. That's it for today. Fuck it.
Puffy fingers.
I'm calling it. Otto, thank you. Tomorrow, Stress Factory with Jim Norton, Jim Florentine, a bunch of other great comics. It's going to be a great show as much as we're making fun of it. These guys are doing it for free, and it's just going to be a great night out at the Stress Factory tomorrow. And then the brokerage a little later down the road, right?
And then Carucci's Italian Restaurant, April 9th, 10 p.m., Saddle
you know what?
River, New Jersey.
This is all so confusing. So, OttoandGeorge.com has all your dates?
Yeah.
Let's do that, all right?
Yeah.
Otto is unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you've never seen him, you've got to check out Otto.
Yeah, I'm very happy we're doing it again.
OttoandGeorge.com for all his dates.
Thank you.
I think we're going to go to break with Brewer doing that Razor rollerboard scooter fucking live read. It's a classic. I don't think we've played it in a while. Can we do it now?
Whenever you want.
Yeah, let's play it. Let's play it right now, and
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a full house tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Anthony, the Razor rollerboard scooter. These damn things are all over Manhattan. It's the hottest product this summer. You probably have seen them by now.
I defy anybody to say they have not seen one of these. They are very popular with kids, teens, college students, even people commuting on these things, Opie. They're pretty cool. And I know these guys that had these little hop-up kits for them. So you could hop it up so it'll go fast enough to really get dangerous. Sleek looking.
Souping it up.
And just a piecer to ride.
Get the hell out of here with that thing now! Christ!
Visit one of their stores or go online.
Wait, try to catch this little bastard. I'm going to kick him right in the
He's
scalp.
bringing back a memory. If you live on Long Island, man, every neighborhood had the kid.
Dad, right?
Had the kid with the stupid moped or the motor or the mini bike.
Yeah, with Dad raking, he like,
all day.
Long Island memories, man.
Too. He was also the guy that would stop like in the middle while you're playing a stickball game.
Yeah.
And he'd and he'd get off the bike and he'd go, "Oh no, it's the moped guy got off his bike. Give me the bat, faggot." With a cigarette dangling from his mouth. Pitch the ball, faggot, pitch it.
Take a swing.
And he would look horrible swinging. Pitch it good before I kick your ass. This game is for fairies.
He would take off.
He'd always have a dribble of snot in his nose, but he couldn't say nothing because he was too tough.
Because he beat you up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Another Long Island memory. Thank you, Jim.
Two brothers in jail.
The Razor rollerboard scooter. Give them a call or go online. The Razor rollerboard scooter.
If you want to drive your dogs a complete insanity. Go to razor.
I can't laugh
Knock it off! Get inside! Get inside! If you come down here with that goddamn scooter one more time, I'm calling the cops. Get inside! Get inside! God damn it! He's gonna get my goddamn. God damn it, he's gonna give him a goddamn heart attack! Call the cops, Henry! Call the cops! I'm calling the cops, you son of a bitch!
All right, calm down, Chester. Calm down.
All right, Pete, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Sit! Stop it!
The choke collar, right? They got it by the choke chain. I can't even do it.
Jesus Christ! Knock it off! He's gonna die! Call the goddamn police now! He doesn't even live here! I want him arrested! This is ridiculous! He doesn't even have a license!
Anthony's left the studio. Come back. Oh my God. You're killing me. You are effing killing me. Mike, what's going on?
Oh my God. I can't believe this. I gotta run to the bathroom. This guy's amazing.
Brewer's hilarious.
Jesus.
He's hilarious.
You're the man, Brewer. God bless. God bless all you.
All right, Mike. I can't friggin' breathe, okay? Brewer's spitting up. Oh my God. You gotta do that on stage. That's great. The visual's even better, man.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! The goddamn...
What the hell is going on?
The goddamn animal from across the way, his mother don't give two craps because she's never around. He's got that brand new scooter for Christ's sake.
Knock it off! Knock it off! Our dog's name was Moogie. Moogie! Moogie!
You are a Met fan.
Knock it off! Moogie! Knock it off!
God damn. That is classic.
That and the same time with you get the same results from fireworks. Remember fireworks?
Yeah.
Hey! 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 I'm calling the cops, goddammit, on each and every one of you. My dog has been under the goddamn bed for 3 hours now, and if you give him a heart attack... Watch the roof, you son of a bitch! If my roof goes on fire, do you understand me?
That's Long Island, though, man. That's Long Island. In all those neighborhoods, they'd have their own fireworks display right in the middle of the street.
Poor one dog.
The screaming old lady, though. Everyone had him.
One family left that one dog alone.
You are killing me with the dog, the choke collar. That's all it would sound like. Chris, what's going on?
Have some water.
Dude, you've got to get him out of there. I'm standing in the middle of the street laughing my effing figs off. I'm going to get creamed by a minivan.
Well, he's puking right now from playing the dog. So.
Oh, man, I can't even breathe.
What are we in the middle of? The Razor Rollerboard Scooter.
I totally forgot.
It's the Razor Rollerboard Scooter.